Just listen when I say, don't take this the wrong way. This was such a mistake. We're not good together, together. You were honest from the start. I tried to change my heart. I know it took forever to get here. Hate to be the one to say this has to stop. It's a rare occasion, but it's all my fault. I could lie and tell you that the timing's off, but that's not all. Maybe one day I would have fallen for you, but now I'm facing the truth and I just need some distance. 'Cause I can't look at your face. I get annoyed when you call. Don't wanna hear it at all when you say that you miss me. 'Cause I don't. I hope you know I tried avoiding this, but my signs will always miss. Now I can't help but feel frustrated, frustrated. Hate to be the one to say this has to stop. It's a rare occasion, but it's all my fault. I could lie and tell you that the timing's off, but that's not all. Maybe one day I would have fallen for you, but now I'm facing the truth and I just need some distance. 'Cause I can't look at your face. I get annoyed when you call. Don't wanna hear it at all when you say that you miss me. 'Cause I don't have anything good left to say. Over attachment, it pushed me away. I don't care if it's fair, no, you tried your best to make me a priority. I would hate to be treated this way, and I'm sorry for all the delay. Now I'm done thinking all of this through, but maybe one day I would have fallen for you, but now I'm facing the truth and I just need some distance. 'Cause I can't look at your face. I get annoyed when you call. Don't wanna hear it at all when you say that you miss me. 'Cause I don't.
There was something so bitter and gold in my eyes then, like a lucid dream, like a rosy tin on a glass lens. And I thought I would be oh so whole again. Oh, and what a time we had. I drank the drinks, I shook the hands, and I believed the plan. But it broke my heart in a million ways. Then I fell apart in a foreign place. And all I wanna do is find a way back to you. 'Cause I miss me too. And the empty lies that I would chase for miles. 'Cause I felt something, yeah, I felt alive. Oh, I miss me too. Yeah, I miss me too. Now I miss talking to the bathroom floor. I miss staring at the ceiling 'cause it felt so tall. I miss sleeping to the sound of the kids next door. I do. just something so bitter and cold in the air tonight. So if time is a healer, is there a waiting list I can find? Oh, and what a time we had. I drunk the drinks, I shook the hands, and I believed the plan. But it broke my heart in a million ways. Then I fell apart in a foreign place. And all I wanna do is find a way back to you. 'Cause I miss me too. And the empty lights that I would chase for miles. 'Cause I felt something, yeah, I felt alive. Oh, I miss me too. Yeah, I miss me too. Now I was talking to the bathroom floor. I was staring at the ceiling 'cause I felt so cold. I was sleeping to the sound of the kids next door. I do. I miss me too. Now I was talking to the bathroom floor. I was staring at the ceiling 'cause I felt so cold. I was sleeping to the sound of the kids next door. I do. I miss me too.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome to a stream that is a bit out of the ordinary, let's say. It's a stream that I've never tried to do before, and I'm pretty excited to see how it's gonna go down. However, before I get right into what the stream is actually gonna be about, I have to just share a little bit of personal life things. Because I'm in a superb mood today, and I hope you are as well. Hope the sun is shining wherever you are. Hope that you got the big smile on. Today was the final day for the students that I teach. They went on summer holiday now, and this is the first time that I have had students of my own, like a class that I've had, leave me. Basically, they're going out on their next adventure, higher up in the. Yeah, I have just walked out of the shower. Exactly, Alipan. That's why. I mean, the hair is all over the place. I'm sorry. It's getting cut on Friday, so we just have to wait for that. But my first 9th graders are leaving me. No kids. No, but it's. I thought I was gonna get sentimental, but oh my, no clue just how much. This is the first time. Like, if you don't know, teaching or studying to become a teacher in Sweden is pretty long. It's 5 years at university, so I've taught now for 2 years, and this is the first time a class of my own will be leaving me. I mean, it's not my class, like the one that I mentor, but it's another class that I've taught in English, and yeah, it's gonna be really sad to see them gone. And just in the middle of today, one of the students in that 9th grade just went knocking on my door. Hello, Mr. Groot, do you have 1 minute? And I was like, yeah, sure, of course. What is it? And he started fidgeting with his little bag, and he brought out, I want you to have this, and he hands me a gift. Like if you're on the Discord server, you might have already seen this, but he hands me a gift and says, I want you to have this because you are my favorite teacher. And my heart just. I was like, I don't think people understand how amazing this job is. Like, if you've ever aspired to be a teacher, if you've wanted to become a teacher, it's a very difficult job, and mentally it's so exhausting. But the rewards you get back, I don't think anything can compare, in all honesty. Like, when I was standing there, I didn't know where to go. I didn't know what to do. I got completely shook up. It's a very beautiful thing, and I know that the beautiful thing about being a teacher is these moments when students thank you for what you've done for them, and I mean that's what your goal is. But I've never had that happen to me, and I knew that I was gonna be very touched when it was gonna happen, if it was ever going to happen. I mean, that's our goal. but I didn't know exactly how hard that would hit. So I'm over the moon today. I'm just so sentimental and happy, and I hope you are as well, because of whatever reason you might have to be happy. Hopefully loads of them. Today we have a very special kind of stream that's going to take place. It's a stream concept that I've wanted to do for quite a while, actually. I've always wanted to try and do something like this, but I've never found the time or opportunity to really do it. But today it is that time. Basically, I want to listen to songs that all of you out there can recommend to me. And the thing is that I would understand, I mean, in order to recommend a song, I would suggest that you click the link in the description. There's basically a donation page where you can tip €1 and I will listen to the song. I would do it without tipping, but the thing is that I would probably have too many songs to listen to if that's the case. So this is kind of just to filter out, like, pick one song that you want, and then, like, I hope you understand the concept, because otherwise everyone can just send songs and then I would be here all night. I think this is the best way to filter a little bit, and to my surprise, like, I wouldn't know how this was gonna go down. I thought maybe one person would donate or something, but I've received, what is that, 6 donations already before the stream even started, to songs that all of you want me to listen to. So I guess I already have a little bit of a set list to get through today. As you can see on the design of the stream, I will be showing you the song over there. But why is the chat box not coming up? Wait, how have I missed out this? This is not good. Why is there no chat box? Sorry, I'll just try and fix this. Chat box. Add. Oh, is it placed? Hopefully someone can write something pretty soon to test if it works. I didn't even realize at first, but okay. Chat box. Why is nothing going on with the chat box? There we go! Oh, there we are. I'll be donating, I just need to decide on a song. Awesome, thank you. It's so unusual to see you in the middle. Yeah, exactly. It feels very strange as well, but this was the best way to kind of put it up, I think, to make everything as clear as possible. I hope you don't mind it. The chat works for us. Yeah, I can see it as well now. So, anyway, I don't think anything else needs to really be covered now early on in the stream. I welcome you all. I hope you're going to enjoy your stay here this evening. The way that I was going to go about reacting to all of your song suggestions is that I will talk over them, just like I do with the Eurovision reactions, which some people can find pretty disturbing because maybe they also want to take in everything that goes on in the song. But I think that it would provide the best content if I speak as much as possible. Sometimes I get comments on YouTube like, oh, just shut up and listen to the song, and too much talking, not enough music. And I'm like, you clicked on the video for it to be an actual review and reacting to the song live. If you want to listen to the song, just go listen to the song only. Hopefully the audio should be fairly balanced. I'm gonna lower it a little bit. It just takes some time, little Groot. You're in the middle. What? I didn't get that. How long are you planning to stream? I don't know. Copyright is strict, so it's better to talk over it. Fair point. I'm just gonna try, and I will be playing the song that I opened the stream with, which is, by the way, like, I'm completely addicted to this song. It's called, as you can see, Maybe One Day by Mina Okabe, and I'll just if I have the volume here, is that a good balance? Just let me know. Because now I'm just talking over it. Can you hear both me and the song? Or should I decrease the song volume? You help me out. I know there's a bit of a delay, so I think it might be a bit loud actually. So I'll lower it a bit. I can just kind of see the balancing here on my software. It went straight to my playlist. I'm happy to hear that. Mine too. Volume is okay? Yes, fine. Okay, let's go for this. Volume is good. Okay, sounds fine to me. Perfect. There we go. Depends on the song anyway. Fair point. I'm just gonna get through the list right away. I've got... I actually got another one now, I think. So basically, if you want to suggest a song, you can just go on the link in the description and you can either paste the link or you can just write the song title, whichever one's easier for you. And the first one that I'm going to be listening to is by Multi Picklehead, who submitted this at 5:16 a.m. this morning. And Multi Picklehead wants me to listen to a song called This Life Is Mine by Casey Lee Williams. So I'll just look that up. This Life Is Mine, Casey Williams. I hope it's on Spotify. With Jeff Williams as well. It seems like it's a duet. It's a 5-minute song, so I will just... Yeah, fair word of warning though, it's 5 minutes long. It says, so yeah, that's fine. I'll just take a quick look. Like, I want to have some back story. Let's look up Casey Lee Williams. I kind of need to know like what year we're talking, like what kind of production I'm supposed to expect, and yeah. Casey Lee Williams is the primary vocalist for the RWBY soundtrack. Okay. From Boston. Younger Than Me. Okay. Seems to be pretty modern, so I'm excited to listen to what this one is. Can we end with a Francois Hardy song? Maybe, just remind me, I guess. Okay, song number 1. You can see it out there on the left. You can see music from the Rooster Teeth series. I don't know what that is, but okay, let's give it a listen. It's a super soft piano intro. I might need to bump up the volume just a bit. It's a very jazzy opening with the chords. Sets the tone really nicely. I love this chord progression. What is that? There's a lot of suspense in this movement, truly. This is like giving me a bit of like Radiohead vibes for this opening. The chord progression, certainly, the whole ambience of it, cueing in the strings here.
There's a part of me that's desperate for changes. Tired of being
Lovely movement here in the piano as well. The strings combined with it. The vocals are very pretty as well.
stares back from inside the mirror.
I hope the volume is okay with all of you so that you hear all of these details.
Might be wrong, that I can't be strong.
It's really like utilizing phrasing quite effectively. Wow! This is a very unexpected start to the stream, I gotta say. The vocals are kind of like moving in kind of a whirlwind manner, really, on top of this. It's a very dramatic impact on here. I think the percussion need a bit more oomph in here, but maybe that comes later. We're still kind of building here, I think. Hearing the horns as well. Throwing in the distorted guitars. Okay, the drums pick up as well. It's really the chord intervals as well. It's very unique in this track all as a whole. Kind of sounds like a choir coming in here, layering with the strings as well. Yeah, it's very cinematic, yeah. Half-step beat going on here. Neat continuation here. Where are we heading with this? It's very grand instrumentally. Some nice detailing in the guitars as well. I hear in the right ear here, there's kind of a harmony being played there. Oh, ho, ho, ho. What? Double time. Wonderful. Truly. That's so cool. It's a complete experience to listen to, really. Very addictive. Syncopes as well. Instrumentally, this arrangement is pretty crazy, honestly. Boss fight music, yeah. That's nice. Strings coming in here as well. That was the first song we listened to today, and that was one of the most intense listening experiences for a long time. Truly, really cool arrangement all in all. I loved the opening. I thought that was really beautiful. The chord interval really shined there as well. And then when the whole rock segment took over, it was very complex playing within the actual guitar arrangement. And honestly, those strings picking up there at the end as well. My favorite part of the song, I love when songs do this. I'll try and replay it here. I'm pretty sure it came around here. This. You hear those very harmonies there at the right of the hit. And the dynamic as well, completely shot it out. Honestly, what I would have wanted there is a little bit of a fill to lead into the actual instrumental continuation there. But that is a really crazy part of the song that I really liked. I think probably if I were to critique one thing about it, it would be the clarity of the mix. Particularly towards the end, I don't feel like the distinction between instruments is quite there. It becomes quite cluttered in there, but there's a lot of chaos going on in it, and that really comes down to just the ambition of the arrangement, I would say, that there's a lot of things going on with it, so it's very difficult to kind of just separate things within the actual soundstage. It still sounds really cool, and it's just like someone in the chat said, it's a bit like a boss fight kind of music there towards the end. Really cool arrangement all in all. But I got the opening part of the song as well with the chord intervals and the piano opening. Beautiful. Thank you for suggesting that. That was a really wonderful listening experience. I'm so happy that I've heard that song now. So whenever someone says, "Oh, have you heard This Life Is Mine by Casey Lee Williams?" I'm like, hell yeah, I have. Should we move on to the next song? Thank you again for sending it in, Multi-Picklehead. We're moving on to ESC George, who submitted the suggestion at 11:39 this day as well. And ESC George wants me to listen to a song by The Prodigy. And of course, The Prodigy, I'm sure most people are familiar with The Prodigy. I am as well. I'm sure you've heard maybe Firestarter or Breathe. However, the song Their Law is the one that ESC George wants me to listen to, and that's a song that I don't think I've heard anyway. ESC George says, "I'm positive you might have heard this song in the past, but I'm curious to hear your analysis on the production quality." So let's try and focus on that. But I might recognize it when we listen to it, but I from the title, I don't know it. So I'm looking forward to listening to it. Do you want any backstory on The Prodigy? I mean, they were a British kind of EDM group. I guess you'd call it an EDM, from the 90s. And I'm pretty sure the lead singer who sadly passed away not too long ago, maybe a year or two ago. I'm not sure how long ago it was. Actually, let me take a look at that. Doesn't say. 2019. Oh, it's 5 years ago. It doesn't feel like 5 years ago, but okay. I guess it is. Okay, their law. Let's see. Let me just take a look at when this song is from. What year? So because you want 94. Okay, yeah. Because you wanted me to pay attention to the production of the song in particular. This is another long one though. It's like it's 6 minutes and 40 seconds. But yeah, let's listen to it.
What we're dealing with here is a total lack of respect for the law.
It's a very gritty opening. The layering is effective as well, and I like this kind of sine synth coming in here, kind of swirling around. A lot of movement, both right and left. Hi-hat coming in on the backbeat here. It's certainly an opening that sets the tone. Pump up the volume. Okay. Lots of huge low-end frequencies here. They've definitely kept that in and utilized it. Still sounds pretty crisp, honestly. Filtering it in here on the backbeat with another bass walk. I mean, the melodic variation isn't really there, is it? But that's not really what they're known for. It's almost like one of these kind of scratching disc sound effects, really. We've got guitar coming in here. A little bit of a riff. Like, this guitar riff is really filtered out to really just kind of establish a unique tone to the track. Percussion is very clear in here. It's kind of overpowering, but in a very compelling way. That's a very effective lead, gotta say. It's rhythmically really, like how it combines rhythmically, very unique and very fun. Listen to the drums being layered on as well. Further coming in here with another beat, with another rhythmic input. It's kind of like the drums are harmonizing with themselves in terms of different rhythmic patterns. Filtering out again. You can also hear like these small little sound effects in the right here. Something gliding back and forth here. Almost like they're gliding up and down the guitar neck. You just hear the impact on those drums as well. You got kind of these, I don't know what they're called, but you know when it's like a drill of emergency, those kind of siren sounds? I think the sound design is really unique and fun in it. Really creates quite an industrial tone as a whole throughout the track. Drums are huge, honestly. siren-like sound at the very top as well. There's a lot of just kind of sound inputs that thrown in randomly to just kind of create, like, what do you call it, expand the soundstage. It's very immersive. This lead is honestly so effective as well. I really like the parts with this lead. I hope they combine it as well with the big beat coming on later as well. There's still a bit of time left to put together a final full-out chorus. Filtering in the drum pattern here. A more intense one. This is a new beat again. I like it, how they filter out the guitars is so unique. I would have loved to see the Prodigy live, Proper Charlie. This is such a mad track. There we go. Everything comes together at the end here. Filtering it out, yeah, we got an outro as well. This is nice. Maintaining the drums to establish the outro here. You just hear how much sustain it is on the whole drum pattern, really. There's a lot of just air being left within the track. They play around with reverb a lot. That's an outro. No, certainly, like you can hear it within the track that it's intended to be part of a longer mix, because it's obviously a very long song with long segments of kind of scaled back with only drumming and such. But I mean that's really what the music was like during its time as well, and of course it's stuck around really. But it's a very unique kind of music that was really, I mean, obviously kind of huge in the 90s really. But I've got to say, I've never heard this song before, but it certainly epitomizes that very kind of underground industrial grit of EDM from back in the early 90s and mid 90s, I guess. It's certainly a very unique listening experience, and I really enjoyed it. I think it is very long, but that's kind of part of the charm within it as well. I guess with the whole kind of genre and the movement. Because the sound design on the track is stunning, really. Like, I love how it combines. I think the drumming is huge throughout the track. There's so much reverb being put on the drums, and also this kind of sustain after one drum, like one set of the drum has been hit. It just stays there because the sustain has been enhanced to kind of just add character to the track as well. It's very expressive and loud in terms of its actual percussion, and then this kind of gritty synth work is just there to combat that. Combat is a negative thing, isn't it? To work in tandem with it, to just kind of establish the atmosphere of the track. It's a very enjoyable listening experience. I would have probably, like, now I'm for me to return to it, I would have needed like a little bit of a radio edit. Like, I know that's sue me, but I mean, I know a lot of people, like, it loses its authenticity if you don't have a radio edit, but in order to really grant it a repeatability within a mixture of other songs, a radio edit would be nice. Within the set of a mix, like if you want to listen to an hour-long mix with just EDM music from the 90s, this is perfect. But if you want to listen to it on its own, it does become quite long. 3-minute Groove Rule. Not 3 minutes, no, but it's like when your song consists of basically 4 sections that are only those 4, and then you need to kind of spread them out, then maybe you don't need 6 minutes. Here they've created it 6 minutes because they want to drag you into the atmosphere of it. They want you to stay there for a while, and they don't want you to forget that you're a part of it. It's a listening experience more than just a simple, easy listening tune. but it's certainly a really neat one. I gotta say, like, I'm just gonna check here. Breathe is obviously 5.5 minutes. Firestarter is 4.5. Yeah. No, it's part of the style really, but I will probably return to this. I'm actually gonna put a little bit of a. I don't think you can see what I'm doing now. Oh wait, you can. I added it. I clicked like on it on Spotify, so I can just save it in my library. I'm actually gonna do that with the first song that we listened to as well, because I did enjoy that as well. But thank you for suggesting this, George. This was really, really cool and really fun to listen to, gotta say. There we go, I added This Life Is Mine as well. Should we move on to the next song? That whole album is epic. Let me take a look, wait. Music for the Jilted Generation. I can't believe, like, this has completely passed me by. I've never, like, gone back in the Prodigy's discography. I should, honestly. It's like EDM lore, so why have I not listened to it? I don't know. No good. Start the Dance from the same album is better for me. I'll keep that in mind. One day I'll get through this album. Are you making a playlist of songs in the stream? I can do that. Or maybe someone can do it. Someone who's watching. If you just want to help out, I guess. I've actually gotten more. Like, during the stream, more and more people are sending in songs. So I think... Oh my! Whoa, okay. We're gonna be here a while tonight, I'm just telling you. There are a lot of songs submitted. Thank you all for sending them in. I'm moving on to a song submitted by Alipan. Try a song that I listen to regularly and which is typical of my non-ESC taste. And it's called Golden Age by Beach Fossils. So let's take a look at this. Golden Age, Beach Fossils. Let me just take a quick look at about this band, Beach Fossils. I've never heard of these, so thank you for recommending them. American indie rock band from Brooklyn, formed in 2009. Okay, so it's pretty modern. Okay, I mean, indie rock band. This sounds like it would absolutely be up my alley. I'll make a playlist and share it on Discord. Thank you, Simon. That's incredibly kind of you. Thank you very much. And thank you to all 40 people who are actually here listening to these songs with me. That's amazing. Like, I hope you're enjoying it. I hope you're enjoying finding some new music as well, I guess. Golden Age, Beach Fossils. Thank you, Alipan, for the suggestion. Let's listen to it. This one is 4:45, so all of the songs so far have been pretty long, but I don't mind. Got the nature sample to open the song. It's a very distinct sound on everything here. Chord interval is kind of nostalgic in a way. And the way that guitar moves as well. Layering nicely in the right ear here with the brighter tones. This is a vocal style I did not expect. The instrumental is super groovy and then the vocal takes over completely. It's very loud and expressive in the middle of it. It's very dreamy, isn't it? Has kind of got this vivid movement within it. We've got like several guitars layering as well, like one in the right ear, one in the left ear. They're almost colliding with each other, but it's a very charming sound altogether. And the bass is still moving in such a high tempo. Something that I'm noticing now, like the kick drum has a very odd sound design on it. It's kind of puncture, like it's putting like a puncture within the track. which I think, I mean, it certainly comes across as a stylistic choice in here because everything is very out there with the expression. I'm a sucker for dream music. Yeah, it sounds very dreamy. This vocal style as well. It's very unexpected for me. A little bit of a variation as well in the guitar line. One thing I've noticed about these kind of instrumental sections within this track is that they're very free-flowing. It very much sounds like just a group of people jamming together and vibing with the track and just playing around with it. It's very playful in terms of arrangement. It's not like it just has a set of guidelines or rules that it just follows. It expresses itself. I think honestly the bass walks within this track is probably my favorite aspect of it. They're really fun. Kind of songs I would listen to at the middle of the night. I'm more feeling like the either sunrise or sunset, just driving along the beach. Preferably in a cab. No, not a cab. What do you call them? A car with no roof. It's as well, like, this group clearly has two guitarists, I'm sure, and one of them is standing on the left of the room and one of them is standing on the right of the room, and they're both allowed to play around and do kind of like solos and such on top of it. It's a fun approach. Neat continuation here for the outro. I like how they stick to the grounds here. Convertible, yeah, exactly. Yeah. You also hear like that at the very end, how they layer the bass note with the guitar note there. It really shows kind of the dimension of the track as well. I just gotta listen to the opening again to remember what it was like. It was this nature opening, yeah, that's right. How did the instruments be introduced? I really like that. Like, you listen to the drums in this section here at the very start. How that kick drum just... It's like has this resonance on it that it's just kind of dropped on top of the track. And it feels kind of like you're going on a puncture. Or you get a puncture within the track. But it sticks throughout the whole song. So it feels very heavy in terms of the percussion. And I think that's really charming. It's a super unique approach to just go about the production. Throughout the track, though, I mean, the way that these guitar lines are just kind of colliding with each other, it's very intriguing to me. I've never quite heard... I think I've heard things like it, but I haven't really heard something that embraced it so fully. I can't believe this band has completely slipped me by. I've never heard of them. And I now see that their most popular song has 115 million streams on Spotify. So, poor on my part there. One for the road trip play. Oh yeah, good point. I'm going on a road trip soon. Yeah, that's true. Road trip vibes. Absolutely. Thank you so much, Alipan, for recommending that one or suggesting it. Golden Age. Yeah. Remember, Simon, you're adding it to the list. Thank you so much for sharing it. It was really like warm and enjoyable, and yes, absolutely one for the road. Wonderful. Thank you so much. Let's move on. We have someone asked like how long the queue is. I'm gonna take a quick look at that. Next up is Simon, and then we have, I mean, Rodmorg donated €10. So I think he suggested several songs, which is very, very generous. How many has he suggested? I can't see all of them, can I? Oh, 3. Okay, 3. Yeah, that's good. That's perfect. Okay, yeah. Because already, like, what do you say? I mean, it would be the most convenient if everyone just kind of submitted one song, and then if we have more time at the end, you submit several. And of course, if you tip more, then yeah, sure, you can submit more songs. But we can't be here all night, or can we? Simon is the next one, and then there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I think 11 or 12 people after that as well. So yeah, there's a lot. Sorry for asking another question, but are covers of songs also allowed? My favorite artist only does cover. Yeah, sure. Submit whatever you want me to listen to and check out. Just send it. I brought up the question so I can take care of the playlist. I think Simon is actually taking it seriously, or whatever you say. So Simon's suggestion, hi Groot, please could you listen to I Wanna Be Your Dog by the Stooges. It's a proto-punk banger. Now, okay, I might sound ignorant here, but what is proto-punk? I guess I'm about to find out. Naming your song I Wanna Be Your Dog, though. Not sure what to expect of this. I will be early on here and just mention that I am not normally a punk fan. So just keep that in mind. But I'm still gonna be very open and just embrace this song for what it is. I'm looking forward to checking it out. They were called the Stooges, and this looks like quite an old band, actually. Oh, it's Iggy! Iggy and the Stooges. So this is with Iggy Pop, is it? From 67. Oh yeah, it's classic Iggy Pop. Okay. Then I know. I just want to check out here when the album is from. It's from 1969. Okay. 100 million plays on Spotify. Sorry, just cracking open my drink here. I'm guessing some of you are already familiar with this song then, but I'm not. At least to my knowledge. Maybe I have heard it. Let's find out. Let's listen. I Wanna Be Your Dog. That's all in the left ear. Yeah, get that feedback from the speaker. Oh, that's a wonderful descending chord interval. Is that a freaking tambourine, or is it like gives Jingle Bells vibes in the right ear on the percussion? I like how the layering with the guitar or with the bass also works. It's a very memorable rhythm, really. My right ear feels lonely. There's the percussion in there. And then the drums at the very back. I wonder what he wants to be. I mean, this riff is certainly instant. Like I'm gonna remember it absolutely. But obviously, it becomes quite repetitive as well. But it is a thing of its time, absolutely. Okay, thank you for your input, Tauli. I mean, it is the same thing over and over again. The thing is that it really has the grit within it, and I feel like it certainly a specific vibe, and I would have probably loved it more if it was a like for a live performance when you're completely engaged within the track that they're performing on stage. There you go in the right ear. The guitar solo is kind of out of time, but I guess that's part of the whole punk approach. Now, Simon, you have to explain what proto-punk is. Because it's certainly not a genre that I'm very familiar with. I mean, the thing with this track is certainly that it has its selling point very established. The rhythm of both guitar and bass and how they're layered is actually really cool. And I really like that whole kind of... I mean, that whole kind of... I don't want to call it a groove, but it's basically the rhythm of the melodies combining there in both guitar and bass, because it becomes very instant. It has a mix of the freeform hippie vibe coupled with a velvet underground edge. Yeah, it feels very freeform, absolutely. When the guitar solo came in there towards the end, it's like it's not even playing on time, which is kind of interesting. It's certainly like it's not. I will be completely honest and say that it's not something that I will seek out to listen to. But it's, you know, I really appreciate the fact that I'm being exposed to certain types of music that I'm not familiar with. It's a precursor to punk rock. Oh, that's cool. I mean, it certainly has like very strong qualities within it. I think it's very memorable. I think it's quite catchy, really. Like, it's very easy to get dragged into. It's obviously quite characteristic of its time as well. It sounds... I mean, to be honest, for being 1969, it sounds pretty polished in terms of the actual grit of the track. I mean, it's distorted in a way that still has clarity. Protopunk is hipster stuff, Groot. So I bet you love it, Andy. No, but it's actually like pretty well put together in terms of production, and it certainly has like the engaging qualities within the track as well to win over audiences. And I would have probably really enjoyed it, like seeing it live. Listening to it get performed as well. I'd probably love to play it actually. Like to be in a band and play that song together. That would be tons of fun, honestly. But it's not like one of these listening the tracks that I'd listen to out of nowhere. But I still really thank you for sending me that one, Simon. I really like. Actually love these things just as much, to just find songs that I probably should know, that I've never given a chance myself, because I've just been like, oh, I probably don't like that kind of music. That's like a really wonderful part of it as well. And I mean, I know Iggy Pop. I've never really listened that much to Iggy Pop. I've listened to The Passenger and Lust for Life, and I think that's about it. So I want to explore more of the back catalog there. My dad really likes Iggy Pop as well, I know. Yeah, thank you so much for sending it, Simon. That's really cool. I did quite enjoy to experience that as well. We got Rodmorg's suggestions next here. Here he has 3 songs because he did submit €10. I'll start with one, and then we'll get back to Rodmorg after that. I hope Rodmorg is okay with that. So we're gonna start with the first one, and it's called "Don't Call Me Baby" by Madison Avenue. So let's check what that is. "Don't Call Me Baby," Madison Avenue. And Madison Avenue, it says instantly on their Spotify page, are Australia's iconic 90s dance music and pop duo, featuring legendary DJ/producer Andy Van, and singer and lyricist Shane Coates. I'm not surprised in the slightest that Rodmorg submitted Eurodance from the 90s. But yeah, looking forward to listening to it. Absolutely. Let's actually take a quick look at this is basically their only song. So, I mean, if you go on their Spotify page, I can't share with you now, but if you go on their Spotify page, they have 10 most listened songs, and one of them is not called "Don't Call Me Baby." All of them are called "Don't Call Me Baby," and 8 of them are different like remixes and mixes and sorts. So certainly a one-hit wonder. But they still actually get 821,000 listeners every month. So a big one. Okay, let's listen to it. Thank you, Rodmore, for sending this one in. 3 minutes 48 seconds long. So I think the proto-punk song was probably the shortest we've listened to so far. Let's see what this one's like. Groovy. It has kind of this like backbeat guitar combining with the standard drum beat to create a very engaging rhythm to the track. Oh, the bass walks! Oh! And these kind of like house chords as well on top of it. It's a very smooth sounding track. Sound effects coming in. The vocal processing is very strange on this. It's like they've crushed down her voice so that it's not coming across clearly in the track. I guess a stylistic choice. Like the beat is so addictive. It's so dance friendly. My foot is tapping. Later, I just realized. Yeah, this is really catchy. Very dance friendly, very enjoyable. Love these kind of like sound effects as well. They kind of remind me of Groove is in the Heart a little bit. And the whole instrumental beat obviously reminds me a bit of Lady. I mean, it's kind of like old style house music, really. Kind of new disco in a way as well. It's not a melodically varied song or instrumentally varied. It's just all part of the actual groove of the track, and it's very dance friendly. Quite a lot of fun to listen to, really. Nice as well how the drums become more prominent in the chorus. Inspired many house tracks of the early 2000s? Yeah, I can imagine. You also can just like solo that bass line and it's so effective. Oh, we're virtuing on the little adventure here towards the end, melodically. Using my previous barber for a favor. I mean, it's very accessible. I think it's very difficult to kind of dislike something like this. It just gets your foot tapping and it's very harmless in that approach. Just how that bass line comes in. Very engaging. Is it even possible to sit still to this? That melody is very effective as well. I like that intonation of it. There's a track in Italy that samples the bass line from this song. Good choice to sample. That was really that was tons of fun, really. Like I'm probably good. Believe me, I've never heard that song. Can't believe that if it's so famous and popular and like inspired so many songs. But yeah, that was a new one for me. Maybe it wasn't big in Sweden, I don't know. But it's certainly one that I did enjoy quite a lot, actually. Yeah, I'll probably return to that. That was fun to listen to. Absolutely. Thank you so much, Rodmore, for sending that one in. Very, very addictive, very catchy. A lot of groove within the track. I couldn't stop tapping my foot, and I couldn't stop, like, nodding my head. Exactly like Proper Charlie said, head nodding was perilous. Yeah, I'm not sure if it's a good fitting song to have at a barber's place, because, I mean, you can't sit still listening to it. At least in my opinion. So yeah, thank you so much, Rodmore, for submitting that. I don't even think you're here, but still, thank you. It was a very enjoyable listening experience. Madison Avenue with legendary DJ Andy Vaughn. Okay, I'll get back to... Someone help me out with remembering that Rodmorg has more songs in there because he submitted a big donation, so that I can get back to that one. We're moving on to Proper Charlie's recommendation, which is the next one on the list here. He submitted it 2 minutes before the stream started. What's your opinion on this? One of the more hyped acts in the UK currently. Oh, okay. Wait, let me see. The Last Dinner Party, My Lady of Mercy. And then Proper Charlie actually put in a YouTube link as well. I thank you for that, but I'm not going to use it because I'm going to go on Spotify. I hope it's on Spotify though. The Last Dinner Party, My Lady of Mercy. Yeah, it's on Spotify. Good. Okay, so you say it's one of the most hyped up acts in the UK lately. How lately are we saying? My Lady of Mercy. Let's see. The Last Dinner Party. Oh, 2024. Thank you. I really appreciate like you all sending these very modern songs as well, because I'm obviously like looking for songs to include in my Groody picks as well, if I can find any here. 2024 must be a fresh sound, and if they're big in the UK, let's actually take a look at. Yeah, they get quite a bit of plays. 4 million listeners every month. 2 minutes 25, so a pretty short song. We're in the TikTok era, of course. This entire album is brilliant. Okay, hyping it up. Okay, let's take a listen to it. My Lady of Mercy by The Last Dinner Party. That's a way to introduce a track. Again with the bass walks. So prominent there.
Take me back to your swimming pool, your lovely little foolish thinking I could have you naked in a trench coat. I'll see you on Sunday.
Oh, what?
I wanna hear them sing. Teach me how to do as you do. Let me show
You hear this kind of like shuddering guitar in the right ear now coming in as well. The vocal harmonies. So free-flowing. In terms of the entire movement. You're very Kate Bush, yeah. Oh. Complete switch up. In terms of rhythm and arrangement. It's again very wide, very dreamy. Back in the verse. That's such a weird structure to the track. I don't know what to make of it. Bigger switch up than Icebreaker? Yeah. I'm obviously usually not very fond of those kind of switch ups, but the whole song as a whole is very free flowing, so it makes more sense here than it does in a song like Icebreaker. Got the layering here as well. And there's a descending chord interval for this build-up. I like that contrast. Let's descend the chords when we're building up. Nice little guitar line coming in there as well. Yep. Continuation. Keep going. Keep going. Come on. It's such a lively track, all in all. The atmosphere of it is certainly there. It's so poignant. A very free-flowing track as a whole. It switches up a lot, and it's very unexpected and unpredictable. It's unpredictable in its movement. and it really creates a very lively listening experience that you never really know what you're gonna get next. I think that opening verse really hit home with me. The chord intervals were unique. The instrumentation was unexpected. It switched up a lot. It really took a lot of different approaches. I think the vocal harmonies early on were really strong. And then the chorus came out kind of out of nowhere with just this complete switch up in rhythm. And also the whole arrangement grew very wide. It became very airy and kind of creating an entire soundscape that's just much more grand than I guess you'd expect it to be. Very interesting. Definitely will listen to. Yeah, like I'm going to be returning to it. I think it's just such a unique listening experience that I want to hear it again and again, and then kind of make up my mind as I go along. Like how invested will I get within the track when I'm familiar with its actual movement? Because when you know how the song is gonna go later on, then you can figure out how much will I actually be listening to this. Is it one of these addictive tracks, or is it one that just will kind of be enjoyable for a moment and then it will slip by? Shall we do Rodmorg 2 or move to another person? Let's do one other person before we go back to Rodmorg. Thank you so much for suggesting this, Proper Charlie. It's really cool to like see these up and coming artists that completely pass me by, that I don't know. Cool to see that they're big in the UK as well. Like for such a creative group, that's the thing. Like it's very easy to just see most people who grow big in the music industry these days. Simple pop, not very explorative, just written by the basics, and then maybe a strong production on top of it. It's kind of a completely different thing. Imagine if we get to rank the songs on the stream at the end like we do during watch songs. Can the scoreboard site you use even do that? I mean, Darren would have to be a part of it, but yeah, that's honestly, that would actually be pretty cool. He would just listen to all of your suggestions, and then we could do a voting session. That's actually a really cool idea, but I don't think Darren is here, so maybe for the future. Maybe for the future. They're hyped by tastemakers who are tastemakers. They've been getting a lot of press and a lot of industry push. I think that's really cool because, like, when you have artists that really want to do something different and explore and actually showcase some musical complexity within their music, and that's actually being embraced and applauded, that's really nice to see. I think, yeah. We do not need more Megan trainers in the world, let's just say that. Should we move on to the next one here? I only got a link to this one. It's from Euro Towelly. And it's a link, so it doesn't say the song title. I'll just see what happens if I paste the link in my web browser. And then click open Spotify. Does it appear here then? It does. There we go. Oh, it's... Wait, Izabo? Is it the... Israeli group of 2012. It's them, right? This is Izabo. The group is called that, and the song is called Cook Me, which is a very interesting title. A lot of interesting titles on this album. In the Fun Makers, it's what it's called, and other songs on this album are called Flower Power and Onion Tears. I think it's Izabo from Israel 2012. Yeah, if you look on the... Yeah, Time is on their Spotify page, so I guess that, yeah. Okay. I didn't expect to be listening to their music today. Thank you for sending this one in. So are we in for future streams like this? I wouldn't be against doing more of these streams. I'm having tons of fun. I hope you are as well. I'm so glad like we have so many people actually watching as well. That's really cool. Hope that you stick around, even though the stream will probably be quite long because there are a lot of songs to listen to. But let's listen to Cook Me by Izabo, okay? This is from 2003. Bass walks are really elevating the track here. You never know where it's gonna go. panning as well, you know? This is certainly a hook. This kind of tambourine, very filtered out at the back, the strings offering warmth, the bass line still being prominent in here. You can certainly hear on the production quality that it's not very up to date in that area. There are a lot of just kind of filtered out sounds going all together, and then this, I don't even know what it sounds like someone's hitting a saucepan or something. That's like the sound that's poking through completely. Oh, the bass walks. It's a very lively movement in it. This was played in an episode of Orange is the New Black. Really? That's unexpected. I'm not overly sold on the on the hook. It's rather repetitive. I like those kind of contrasting hits as well, though. Got this synth bass kind of being sustained within the track as well, filtering it out. That chord interval is very interesting, though. It has a characteristic sound to it, absolutely. It's a really strong guitar solo. I like that. And how it's actually continued with a little bit of variation in here, melodically in the guitar. Layering with the vocal, harmonizing. You know, it's quite a lot of fun actually. I don't think I've ever heard anything like that in my life, I gotta say. It's a very free flowing. Like all of you submit very out there experimental tracks, really. There's a lot going on with that one, and absolutely it's something that really provides a kind of unique approach to how to write music, really, because it doesn't follow any set rules, this one either. It goes all out with just trying to establish a little world of its own. And instrumentally, it really builds up something. I think the bass walks are very strong throughout the track, and of course that is to be expected after listening to Time as well. The chord intervals, kind of convincing, you know, they're fun. Like the setback of the track in my book is the hook, which I think could honestly be a highlight for others within this track because it's pretty catchy. But it's not something that I will really seek out to listen to within. Just from a melodic standpoint, where I didn't really quite enjoy it. Izabo were asked at the ESC in 2012 to describe their sound. It can't be described, pretty much. Yeah, I mean they're not following any borders, and I think we absolutely should. That should be admired. But if just like general feeling here, I think Time has more charm to the track. There's more warmth in that. This one is more kind of experimental, but also a lot of it comes down to actually the difference in production quality as well, because this sounds a bit old and a bit kind of unpolished and a bit like I use the expression garage-like because it gives off that vibe that it's not, you know, professionally studio put together, and it might have been, but the sound that it transmits isn't really one of absolute clarity and some kind of impressive quality within the mix. It feels rather subdued and just kind of more playful in terms of that the actual arrangement is allowed to shine through rather than it being comparative to hit songs of the same time. Was that a shamisen playing the single note? I don't understand, but yeah, the the constant percussive hits at the back were certainly constant. Let's say that. Thank you so much for sending that one in, Euro Towelly. Like, honestly, this is also really fun. Like, listening to a track by a group that you know from Eurovision and you didn't know anything about their music outside of it. I do enjoy finding that aspect of it as well. So thank you for sending that one in. Let's go back to another Rodmorg track now then. And after Rodmorg, we got a song from Famicom Guy. So Rodmorg's second track is by a group that I think everyone here knows. They're called Oasis. So I don't think that I need to put much introduction to Oasis. If you don't know them, well, I don't know what to tell you. You know Oasis, don't you? You've heard Wonderwall, you've heard Don't Look Back in Anger, you've probably heard a few others as well, maybe Champagne Supernova. We're going to listen to She's Electric from the same album as Don't Look Back in Anger. It's called What's the Story, Morning Glory. Let's actually take a look at when that album is from, because I kind of forgot. 95, yeah. Oh yeah, Some Might Say is on this one as well. And Wonderwall. And Roll With It. This is a stacked album. She's Electric is more popular on Spotify than both Some Might Say and Roll With It. And somehow it slipped me by. Or maybe I will recognize it instantly when I start playing it. But this is not one of the Oasis songs that I'm familiar with. At least from the title. So let's listen. We got this kind of campfire guitar arrangement to kick off the song. There's a lot of warmth within this chord interval. The whole soundstage very like just engaging.
She's electric. She's in a family full of eccentrics. She's done things
The detailing within the guitar.
and I need more time. She's got a sister, and God only knows how I've missed
This is so accessible, like it's crazy. It's very difficult to just kind of ignore this. Tambourine coming in. You lot really like tambourines, don't you? It's quite a nice falsetto. I'm not familiar with listening to them in falsetto like this. And the harmonies as well. Elevation there, leading back into the... Oh. It's so accessible. Like, just the energy of the track is so constant and very easy to just tap your foot to. Rodmorg is a man of the foot tappers, I've noticed. Also, like, you just listen to the guitar detailing within the track. They're playing small motifs throughout the whole song. It's really fun. Foot tappers and head nodders. Yeah, I sit here, I don't even know what to say. I just feel like I'm nodding my head throughout the whole thing. And the continuation as well, the elevation in chord. It's just continuous, you know? That's part of the charm as well. The backing vocals coming in there at the end. It's... Thank you, Rodmorg. I can't believe like that song has... I've never listened to that song. Like, I've listened to Oasis a lot, honestly. Like, Don't Look Back in Anger is one of my favorite songs of the 90s. But this one, no. Maybe I've heard it like once in my life. Like, I've listened to this... I'm sure I've listened to this album like in full, but maybe only once. But that is... It's just really accessible. I mean, I think anyone could just have a very easy time listening to that track and just enjoy it for what it is. I think that the guitar work throughout the track is really the sellout, or the, not sellout, what am I saying? The standout part that really sells the song. Just how playful it is throughout the whole thing, really. Because that's really what sets this song apart, I would say. Like for every single line, throughout that verse, every single line is ended with a little bit of a response from the electric guitar, just playing a small little melody, coming back, and just playing around with that. It's really wonderful. Sounds very nostalgic. Yeah, absolutely. Nostalgic's a great word. And the whole soundscape, I think, is just built up on this warmth guitar setting. It's just very, very enjoyable as a whole. Wonderful to listen to. Thank you, Rodmorg, again, for sending in another one. There, like, more and more songs keep dropping in, so I can't even pick up the pace, like, because I want to give every song a fair chance and I want to give it a fair review. So I hope you think that I'm doing that. Yeah, we got a lot of songs to listen to. The next one comes in from Famicom Guy, who actually has... Famicom Guy has submitted 3 songs, but at different times. So I guess we'll get to the other ones when we move further up the list, but there are a lot of songs before that as well. The first one that Famicom Guy, however, has submitted, or requested, is Su di Noi, which I'm guessing is Italian, maybe, by Pupo. Pupo? I don't know how you want to pronounce that. His real name is Enzo Ginazzi. So let's listen to Su di Noi. Seems to be quite an old track, this one. Let's actually take a look at when the album is from. 2005. Doesn't look like that. Wait, I'm actually gonna Google to see. Su di Noi. Yeah, according to Google, it's from 1980, so that's more what I thought. Okay. Yeah, I wanted to space them out to let others submit in the meantime. That's really kind of you, Famicom Guy. That's a good approach. Maybe keep some over for the next stream. The thing is that the next stream would probably happen after my road trip, so I want to get through all of them tonight. But yeah, we'll see how many we get through. I have all the time in the world, but I think people will start to drop off after a while, and then maybe people don't really want me to play their request when there's no one listening. You know, that would kind of suck. So let's see how many we can get through. Su di Noi from Famicom Guy. Let's listen. You know I'm a sucker for this. Acoustic guitar opening, the strings paired with that, and then cue the piano. It's a very personal delivery in the vocal as well. The chord interval as well, you know, it just expands. This is a long major to minor, and the beat joins in here. I'm getting chills. This is beautiful. Love how the guitars join in there, and the vocal elevates. That rhythmic distinction. Wow. And the grit and the distortion in the guitar is taking over there. Back in the verse, more energy being built in here. The vocal is so expressive as well. I don't even want to talk over it, I just want to enjoy it. It's so well written. It flows so naturally. There's like complex chord intervals, the melody flows on top of it in a very expressive way. And I just sit here and I take it in. Electric guitar responding to the lead melody. Bass becomes more prominent here. I like that. Like they allow different instruments to take more space within the track at different segments. Double time. It expands, it keeps going. Play around with the instrumentation, absolutely, keep doing it. Of course it's the 80s, so we have a fade out outro. Did you hear that at the very end? It's kind of a bit frustrating, just a bit frustrating when you fade out the outro right when the guitar solo kicks in. Because the guitar solo, you just heard it there slightly towards the very end. Listen to the guitar. I'll actually bump the volume up and you can only listen to the guitar. Where are they going? It's so unfortunate that... Is there an extended cut of this somewhere? Oh wait, there is! There's a 5-minute 20-second version of that. Maybe that keeps it going. I'll keep in mind that maybe I should check out that version as well. Hope you don't mind. Famicom guy. I hope you don't mind that I played the 3-minute 51-second version, because that's what I did now. That was a discovery for me. That was wonderful. It's from 1980 and it sounds... Come back? What? What do you mean come back? The stream didn't die, did it? It's from 1980, but it sounds very 80s, but it doesn't sound 1980. It sounds like 1988 or 89. It sounds polished. And just like someone said, like this in Eurovision would have been really cool. It's kind of unfortunate that they never this is not a Eurovision song, because I really enjoyed it. Thank you so much for sharing that one. That's I guess you know me. The 520 version is a recording of a live performance. Okay. Then let's ignore that. No, but that was great. I really like that. Thank you so much for sending that one in. It seems like a lot of people watching it also enjoyed it, so that's really cool. We're moving on to the next one submitted. It was submitted at 8:20, which is more than an hour ago. I'm sorry for everyone who submitted like over an hour ago. Maybe you've left the stream, but your submission is still here, so I will still listen to it. This one comes from Cooper101. The song is called Lovers by the artist Lyra. She's an Irish artist and everyone in Ireland wants her to go to the ESC. I've actually heard of Lyra, or Lyra, I don't know how you want it to be pronounced. I've listened to... What song is it that I know from her? Let's actually take a look. Could it be Falling, I want to say? Maybe? Wait. I'm sure I know some songs by her. Like I've absolutely heard songs from her. Just taking a look here. Rabbit in the Headlights. I've heard that one. Oh, it's from 2016. Okay, it's been quite a while since I've listened to her, I guess. Which one did you want me to listen to? Lovers. Let's see where we got Lovers. Here we have it. Let's just quickly take a look at... Oh, she's from Cork. I've been to Cork, actually. The song is from 2023. Okay, everything's still working. Yes, it is. Okay, let's take a look, or no, not a look. Let's listen to Lovers by Lyra, a Eurovision song. I'm gonna take that up as an example because you said it in your comment. Like, people want her to go. Just cut out the last part of the song, and then that's perfect. It's a strong pop song, right to the point. It's very accessible. I think the vocals are very characteristic throughout the track. There's a lot of energy within it. It never really stops. Like it's continuously quite engaging, energetic, energy-wise, and just fun to listen to. Really, like it's very simple and straight to the point and accessible. If this was an MGP, it would be sung by Farida. That's not a bad thing though. No, but I would like if this song had gone to Eurovision, I would so be on board with it. I would be cheering for it to an extent, absolutely. I think the vocals are very strong in it. I think the chorus has a very strong melody to it, especially the B section when the melody gets elevated and keeps going. The continuation is very strong, and particularly after the second chorus when the instrumental keeps going. I'll just lower the volume a little bit and keep the outro section. That's 2 minutes and 43 minutes into the song. We do not need the chanting and the clap your hands part there. That's unnecessary in my book. Throughout the track, it's a very strong pop tune, but I didn't really care for that part. But still, thank you for sharing that. That's quite a strong pop tune. Like I would probably like. Why is that not on the radio? Or maybe it is. I don't know. It doesn't have like how many plays does this have? It's not even among her top 10 most played songs. Oh wait, it is 289,000. I think those numbers need to go up. This is a strong pop song. It would be. It should be kind of like, would you say, challenging? Not challenging, but it should. Like it's on par. It's on par, if not even better than a lot of pop songs that you hear on the radio. So thank you for sending that one in. And as you said, like everyone in Ireland wants her to go to the ESC. I think that would be quite a good pick. Thank you for sending it in, Cooper. So far, this is a lovely eclectic. Wow, the vocabulary here, Alapan. Mix of songs, kind of unique. Well done, also far. I agree. We've had everything. Like the songs are varied so much in the genre, and I think a lot of people can kind of be put off by that a little bit, like how the songs are different. Like maybe you have a set palette of genres that you enjoy, but here we've listened to everything really. I mean, we've listened to the Prodigy, we've listened to proto-punk, we've listened to pop, we've listened to Italian 80s music, we've listened to Oasis, we've listened to Eurodisco or kind of early house. I mean, yeah. And next up, we're going to listen to the submission by Mark Lee, which is called Day by Day by Old Sea Brigade. So let's see what that is. Old Sea Brigade. Wait. I'm sure I know this guy. Old Sea Brigade. I'm sure I've heard him. Not this song. Yeah, he's living in Sweden, exactly. Day by Day. I haven't heard this song, but I know this guy. I'm sure I know this guy. Like, the second I saw the image of him, I was like, yeah, I know this guy. But what song is it that I've heard of him? I'm not sure. Still, we're gonna listen to it. Day by Day, submitted by... Should we do Rodmog 3? We can do that after this one. By Mark Lee. Mark Lee submitted this one. I'm not sure if Mark Lee is still in the chat, but if he is, this one's submitted by you. Let's listen. Yes.
Time and time again, I think I'm falling through space, and I wake up in my bed just sweating in sheets, remembering my name, but it don't sound the same. Daylight come and save me from the
Oh my god! What? It's so soft. I love the instrumentation of this. The guitar being so constant, the energy is there, but it's so soft and smooth and held back. And that little synth lead coming in there for the chorus. And his whispery vocal, wow. The elevation, the chords expand, his vocal steps up in register. I don't even know what to say, I'm just enjoying it. I'm sorry, I'm not gonna talk over this. The melody is just so constant as well, the vocals, it just paints the whole story without pause. You hear how full the soundstage is as well. You hear the percussion at the back picking up double time. Listen to the drum machine. What is that? And it keeps going. Yes. What a vibe. Thank you, Mark. That's going into every single playlist I have. What would I just listen to? Just so explorative. The whole listening experience of the track, how it keeps building. It has this very soft tone throughout the track, which the ambience is really set quite nicely. It has a good foundation of just kind of a lot of energy within the track. You know, like from the very beginning, you got this. It's a great foundation of the track, and then it just paints the story on top of that. This is the constant bit. And then the vocals, really very kind of like a whispery tone, but still very expressive. I think he has a wonderful voice, like truly out there. It feels very personal, it feels very intimate and authentic. And the actual melody of it feels like it's storytelling, absolutely. And the choruses actually elevate that, and particularly towards the end, when the drum machine at the back fading in gradually, and it's properly chaotic, like the arrangement on these drums. You can just listen, like if you solo out the drums at the very back. The guitar as well here. How they're gradually getting louder in that section. The vocal just keeps going, keeps building, and the percussion gradually increases in velocity. And it goes, you know, that's a completely new percussive pattern that they play on top of the old one. Because, of course, no, what am I doing? This is the normal percussion pattern. You can hear it here. Very simple, very bare bones. And then towards the end, you got all over the place. But it's still so mellow. What a track. What a track. Thank you. Yeah, you know how to, you know where my you know what kind of music that gets me completely overwhelmed. That was Yeah, that this will end up in the Groody picks. It will, yeah, no doubt about it. That's going into every single playlist I have probably. Thank you so much, Mark Lee. Did we say we were gonna do another Rodmorg now, or no? Let's do one more and then we'll do another Rodmorg. We got Veerman44. I'm not sure if you're still in the chat. I haven't seen your name, but we're still gonna listen to the song you submitted. It's called Castaway Angels by Leprous or Leprous. I don't know how to say that. Castaway Angels. This looks intriguing just from the artwork alone. This looks like a rock band. And okay, an innovative progressive metal outfit based out of Notodden, Norway. Okay, I'm ready for this. If in case you don't know, I'm a huge fan of rock music. That's like my whole music list, like my music what do you say? Like my music journey started with rock music. Formed in 2001. Okay, when is this one from? Let's take a look. 2021. Okay. Castaway Angels by Leprous. Let's listen. Nice to see you still here, Veerman. Listening to all the great music, me too.
Reaching out for oblivion, hiding here for an hour, dreaming still
This is certainly a tangible opening. I love the guitar finger picking. The vocal is really what sells it here at the start.
can't look back anymore. Never look back, never look back again. Never look back, never look back again. Never look back, never look back.
The ambience, it's so intimate.
And I wanna know if there's an army waiting. And I wanna know where we are, and I know there's a chance we'll be cast away, angels.
Just listen to this vocal delivery.
I wanna know for sure. Sitting here counting minutes still.
I like how the piano is here laid with the guitar as well.
Found my place
Keeps building,
in solitude.
but it's still so scaled back and vulnerable.
Help me face this nothingness.
And what a vocal delivery, truly. It's so touching.
Vision is gone.
Drum pattern coming in on the backbeat here.
Never look back again. Never look back. Never look back again. Never look back. 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 Never look
The elevation coming in. The vocal keeps repeating, but it's elevated in terms of the actual vocal style. You've got the strings as well. The response. You heard that little guitar input on the electric guitar? What an atmosphere being established here. continuation is just mad. It keeps going and it's very free in terms of its actual expression. Take over with the guitar solo, absolutely. Again, one of these complete cinematic experiences, really, to listen to. And we're back with the guitar opening. It ends, goes full circle. That's beautiful. So intimate, so vulnerable. It certainly has the ambiance that's very tangible, and you really feel like it could crack at any moment, like the actual intimacy of the track. It's very sentimental and emotionally loaded. But certainly what really sets it apart is the vocal delivery, I think. That vocal just ties everything together. The instrumental is beautiful in its own, but it's the vocal that really just puts the actual emphasis and highlights the beauty of the track. It's very pretty. And I really like the fact that they threw in those distorted guitars in there as well to actually build the expansion to the track. It was honestly, like, that song was 5 minutes long, but it didn't feel like it to me. I was just so heavily invested in the experience. Thank you so much for sending that one in. Let me take a look again who it was. It was Veerman44. Yes, thank you so much, Veerman. Very nice one. I also see here in the chat, Tanner, I can understand that why you would be upset with there being a prize, but it's not a scam. You know, it's completely free to send in a song for €1 if you want to. I'm going to listen to it, so that makes it not a scam. However, obviously, I would need to filter out the suggestions somehow. So €1, I will listen to the song, and that is because otherwise I would get 5,000 suggestions. Everyone would spam songs in the chat, and there would be nothing, like no time to listen to it. And I mean, if you have an issue with it, you don't have to be here. You don't have to watch the stream or whatever. And the fact that you call grandma a very no word, I don't really like that. But you can think of what you will of me, but it is just a way to filter out, basically, so that not everyone can just send songs. But yeah, it's completely fine that you're annoyed at me. But keep the mean words to yourself. Absolutely. No one wants that. Did anyone else's mood kind of drop because of all of that? Mine did. I'm sorry. Getting exactly what you're paying for is not a scam. Exactly. That's the thing. Can we get a number of the songs in queue right now? Yeah, let's see. So we got one more from Rodmore. We're gonna get that one now. And then after that, also I'm saying now that no more tips for tonight. Like if you tip or if you suggest another song tonight, I will take it in another stream, because it's 10 p.m. We've been streaming for 2 hours soon. Rodmore has one track, and then we have, okay, so there's 12 tracks in total. 12 songs that we're gonna listen to. Yep. Which could be like maybe another hour. I'm not sure. Like, how many songs have we listened to so far? I talk a lot as well. That's the thing. So let's loop back to Roddy. Yep. Let's see what Rodmore's third track was. It's called the group is called Catatonia, and the song is called Road Rage. Okay. Why not? Catatonia Road Rage. So there's a 5-minute version and there's a radio edit on 4 minutes. I'm guessing we're doing the full thing. The most traditional pop band of all the Welsh bands to emerge in the post-Britpop days of the mid-90s. Okay. I'm intrigued. Well spent 2 hours. We listened to 12 songs in 2 hours. What? Really? Maybe remove the link from the description so nothing... Oh yeah, that's a good point. I'll do that really quickly, okay? There we go. Just give me a second. Okay, yep. Welsh Lovelies. This is a riot of a song. Okay. Let's get right into it then.
If all you've got to do today is find peace of mind,
She certainly has a unique voice. Like when you hear a song of them, I'm sure you can instantly recognize that it's them because of just how she sounds. Her delivery is something else.
and if all you've got to do today is hesitate,
Yeah, most of them were like 5 minutes long. Yeah, absolutely.
you can leave it late with me. You could be taking it easy on yourself. You should be making it easy on yourself. 'Cause you and I know it's all over the Frente page. You give
Chorus has a very engaging rhythm here.
racing to the best days. It's up to you, boy, you're driving me crazy. Thinking you may
Also got these like vocal responses in this chorus.
if all you've got to prove today is your innocence.
Bass is prominent here as well.
Calm
It's
down.
quite scaled back and simplistic, but it's definitely being put emphasis on it to shine in the soundstage. That's nice. And drums being groovy as well.
That's all
It's very 90s, yeah, absolutely.
alludes to yesterday.
Really like her voice. I'm not sure what I make of it yet. Like, it stands out,
Days through.
but it's a bit distracting for me. But I can embrace it. Got this kind of like wow, wow, instrumental input at the back as well. This descending vocal melody kind of sounds a bit chromatic in here. Yeah, it fits the vibe. Yeah, it does actually. This kind of guitar arrangement in the chorus is very kind of Britpop, isn't it? Guitar solo continuation here. I really like the soundstage, how it sounds at this very part here with the instrumental continuation, small vocal inputs. Scaled back again, filtering it out. This is very soft, but still you got that bass line really being prominent in there to put some kind of pulse into this. Rage! It's so characteristic, her vocal delivery. Strong continuation here as well. That keeps going. Keeps going. filtering out of the outro. Yep. That was certainly like a very another song that's certainly like a listening experience as a whole as it progresses throughout the track. Because I think early on in the song I had a bit of a struggle to actually really get into it. But once the second chorus had hit, there was really no letdown of the energy throughout the rest of the track. It just kept going and actually expanded and explored certain different segments as well. The guitar solo segment came in there. There was a lot of repeated vocals that just kind of scaled back as well to really emphasize the instrumental continuation of the track. And that's really what kind of made it 5 minutes long as well. But it just kind of kept going, and I was just enjoying the mood of it all. So tons of fun to listen to that one as well. I'll probably get back to that, honestly. It was a bit like I struggled a little bit by just getting into it early on in the song, personally. But I'm not sure. Maybe that's just me. I'm so happy to read that, Tippy. Having so much fun. This stream is great. Thank you so much. I'm enjoying doing it as well. And it's really wonderful to like see what kind of music all of you want to share with everyone. And this is a great opportunity to do that, I think. To get everyone involved. Rodmorg has better taste outside ESC. Well, he set the bar pretty low, didn't he? No, I'm just kidding. I usually have a very similar taste with Rodmorg in Eurovision. Well, not when it comes to 2024, I tell you that much. Anyway, that was the final song from Rodmorg. We're moving on from non-Rodmorg tracks now. I see that you put 3 suggestions subspace. All 3 of yours are the final ones. So I guess we're ending the stream with 3 of your songs in a row. So you'll have to wait a bit until we listen to those. Hope you're okay with that. Next one up is from Joshua with a lot of O's. A song by Cláudia Pascoal, who I'm sure most of you are familiar with. She did represent Portugal in Eurovision 2018. And this song is called... Oh, that's a loud intro. It's called E para a frente, e para trás from 2023. It's quite a hairstyle she got herself as well here. Thank you for sharing this one, Joshua. And the comment that Joshua sent was a song I really love by Cláudia Pascoal of Portugal 2018 fame. Yeah, exactly. Portugal hype, exactly. Yeah, exactly. Okay, let's take a listen to what it is. Yours is next, Bruno. Not very similar to O Jardim, is it? More like Nashi Maria, right? Pausing.
O que importa é ter saúde, já dizia a minha avó. O que importa é ser graúdo.
What a smooth opening. Percussion very subdued but still very prominent in here. And the vocal, this whispery style. The harmonies as well, it's layered nicely. The guitar filtered out but still very audible in here. The backbeat coming in here with the clapping. Strong percussion. I guess that's the title of the song. That's how you pronounce it. This is kind of like a chanting kind of hook within the track there at an unexpected part of the song. Have a good one, Remoulade Erasmus. I'm sorry that you miss your song. It's 3 songs left until it. I love how this backbeat rhythm comes in with the percussion. This kind of clapping coming in here. It's a very addictive rhythm. And the vocal harmonies as well, how it's constantly layered. Has it been layered throughout the whole thing?
Mas quando a vida me leva para
What is that sound design? What is that instrument even? It's like a completely detuned synth. So much kind of resonance on it in terms of like airiness. It's just falling back. It's like this kind of like it feels like you're slipping into a void. This part, it just falls back and back. Such engaging rhythms as well, combining, creating a great groove. Yeah, I enjoy it more than Nashimaria as well. It's very experimental in terms of both sound design and instrumentation, I'd say. It's kind of like a broken piano as well, putting input in here. Attitude as well, absolutely. You got these kind of like white noise effects, just kind of like stabs coming in there. It's very distinct. Thank you so much for sending that one in. Oh, we're not listening to Prekausau as well. Sorry. Thank you so much for sending that one in, Joshua. A song I really love by Cláudia Pascoal. Yeah, that I can understand why. That's certainly intriguing. Good word. Yeah, exactly. It's a very intriguing track. Has a lot of attitude. Very playful as well. I love the sound design in that track, and the instrumentation is very varied. Feels very lush, and it's quite unpredictable as well in terms of where it wants to go. Very nice. Thank you. It's also nice to like see, like as I said before when we had the song by Izabo, like songs from artists from Eurovision that I have not checked out. Next one up here comes from Bruno, who sends, this looks like Icelandic, doesn't it? Bruno says, sending a song in my top 3 most listened so far this year. Interesting. What did you think about Oja Rimgrut? It's not really among my favorites. I mean, I like it, but a lot of people consider it to be like on par with Amar Pelos Dois, which I don't think it is. It's pretty, but it's not engaging enough for me personally. So it's somewhere in the middle for me. I donate if I could, but it's not letting me search. That's okay. I mean, if you have a song that you want me to listen to, then like maybe next stream, like you could just you could get a freebie at the start of the stream or something. We'll see. Like the thing is that I didn't really expect so many people to submit songs. So I was thinking like I'd just take some from the chat, but so many people actually decided to donate because they really wanted. I guess they really wanted me to listen to the songs. So maybe that will get lower as time goes by as well, though, because like next time I stream, maybe not everyone will donate. This is the first time, so then maybe it's okay to just write in the chat in the future. But today we're stacked with the suggestions, so hope you're okay. Well, Bruno said sending a song in my top 3 most listened so far this year. Yeah, I already read that. Silly me. This is by Elín Hall, and the song is called Völundarhúsið, I think. Excuse the pronunciation or the phrasing there. It's another long one. It's 5 minutes long, but yeah, I don't mind. Let's take a listen to it and see what Bruno has been listening to a lot this year. Fading in the opening here, the percussion completely in the right ear, interestingly enough. Got the guitar in the left. So very complete in terms of panning. You hear the same chord interval as I do, don't you? Yeah, nice. It goes full circle. That's kind of like a Bon Iver type of pattern in that. It's back on square one. Like, I love that kind of chord interval, how it starts and ends on the same chord. Something so pleasant about that. This kind of campfire strumming as well sets the atmosphere nicely. A little bit of synth work, just creating space behind. The vocal being like a storytelling aspect of it. I obviously don't understand what she's singing, but it's personal. You can kind of hear that. Small little details from the electric guitar as well. Soft drums take it to the next stage. The bass comes in. It's like soaring up there. What a beautiful vocal in this chorus. Dragging out that ending of it though. It's so immersive. I think that's really the main thing about this track. I feel so immersed within it. It's one of these you can just lay your head back, close your eyes, and just get lost within the song. Beautifully written. The arrangement is so vivid and lively while still being incredibly soft. It has a mellow delivery, but it's still kind of chaotic in terms of its actual flow, I guess, in the midst of it all. It becomes very abstract, I guess. Elevations, nice. And now the bass. That's a detail, like how the bass comes in during the choruses, getting prominent in there. Listen to how the vocal keeps going. I'm getting lost in it. I'm sorry for not saying anything, but just enjoy it. Really. Like a syncoped vocal feedback for the end. In case you couldn't figure that out, that was the closer to the album. Not very unexpected, right? That's like so full circle. Everything about it was that. Like the opening part with the guitar chord section, it starts on the end, ends on the same chord on every single loop. And then, but just how the song progressed towards the end, it kept flowing, it just kept getting more and more lively, but it still had that soft, overarching ambience to the track, and I just got lost in it. Thank you for suggesting it, Bruno. I can understand why it's in your top 3 most listened so far this year. That's beautifully arranged, truly. What a song! Absolutely beautiful. Thank you for sending that one in. That was so great. I loved it. There's been so, like, honestly, such great songs tonight. Thank you so much for sending them in, everyone. It's wonderful. We got the next one coming in from Iconic Desire. It's called You Are a Monster, I hope not, by Stereo Honey. And I think I recognize that artist name. Why can't I find it? There we go. You Are a Monster, Stereo Honey. Let's see. Stereo Honey. Why do I recognize that name? I'm sure I've heard some song by them, but I'm not sure which one. Oh, they're not active anymore, I think. It says 2017 to 2020, thanks for listening. So I guess they've stopped making music now. I think you're going to be a big fan of my last one. I've seen the title of it, Subspace, and I know that song because I've listened to her music so much. She's been in my Groody picks many times, so I'm well aware of Subspace. Yeah, the final song of the evening is going to be a good one. I can already promise you all of that. Anyway, You Are a Monster by Stereo Honey. As I said, not a band that's active anymore, but that does not mean we should just ignore them. Wait. Oh, they've been on the FIFA soundtrack. Maybe that's where I know them from. What song was on there? Let me take a look. Sorry. Where No One Knows Your Name. Okay, so that's the song I've heard from them. Okay, let's listen. You Are a Monster. Yes. Very intense bass line here, establishing the energy early on. Listen to the percussion, the drummer is going nuts. The guitar is layered with that as well, this palm muted guitar layered with the drumming. Same intensity in there. Nice little breakup section here. Longer build up here. Repeated vocal. Where are we heading with this? It's a great guitar line. And the vocal very bright on top of it all. I like how that melody keeps going here. Variation in the vocal melody. A little unpredictable chord to end the chorus on there. That's characteristic. I love the drumming in this track, truly. This is some intense drumming. And you can hear that palm muted guitar going along with it. As well, those very distinct rhythm. Dum bum bum. It's an effective way to build, just simple. It's another accessible track, really. But this chorus, it's very bright, in your face, enjoyable. Nice. Filtering it out here. Scaling back the instrumental. Highlighting the small guitar detailing there. Another great build. The vocal melody becomes a bit repetitive during this section. Could have probably needed a variation here. The drumming again. It's catchy. Yes. It comes together so well here. Wow. Thank you for sending that one in. When you have a song called You Are a Monster, you never really know what you're gonna get from that. But that was that was really like uplifting in a way. Like the brightness of the track was really hitting me, and I think that's so catchy as well. Like for the final chorus, during that little breakdown section, I was like, the vocal melody, I've heard it a bit too much now. I don't need it in this part as well. Maybe a little bit of variation there, but leading into the final chorus, when that actually hits, the vocal varies a little bit, and then the final part of the song with this you are section coming back, that's when everything has become very complete, and I feel like, yeah, now you won me over. Very enjoyable, great catchy tune, very accessible as well. This is easy listening pop rock at its finest, really. It's so straight to the point. The drumming in this track I was very impressed by as well. Really enjoyed that aspect of it. Stereo Honey. It's unfortunate when bands like this just kind of stop. Do we know why they stopped? It doesn't say anything on them, so it's unfortunate. Of course, they've been discovered on the playlist Indie Road Trip. That kind of makes sense. Yeah, this one could absolutely go for the road trip as well, I think. Just so accessible. Very easy to just kind of get along with that beat as well. And I'll probably never be able to shut up about the drumming in that track. Very convincing. Thank you so much for sending that one in. Iconic Desire. I haven't seen you in the chat, so but if you are here, thank you for sending it in. And if you're not here, well, thank you anyway. We got Ramulade Rasmus, the next one up here. He did go to bed though, so that's unfortunate that he's missing the song. Oh, I'm reading the comments now. We're gonna listen to, I don't know how to pronounce this artist name, if it's Panphage or Panphage. I don't know. It's not in English. The song title is called Glamer Husen. And yeah, this one. And what he's written in the comment is my absolute favorite black metal song. And I'm curious to hear your thoughts about it. Black metal is not my genre, I'll be honest, but I'm looking forward to giving this one a go. I mean, I can like music within every genre, and I'm intrigued. Like, that's also a wonderful part of this. What genre haven't we had at this point now? We haven't had opera. Has anyone sent in any opera? I don't know. But I mean, we've had so many genres, and that's kind of the fun of it as well. Let's see. Glamer Husen. Is it in Swedish, or is it... It's probably in Swedish, actually. Because there are other songs... No, den tyste åsen som man sår får man skörda. It looks Swedish, honestly. There are songs. It's like this kind of old Swedish... what's it called? Like old Swedish way of... You should charge extra for black metal. No way. I want to hear everything. Groot, do you know Melissa Hone? Don't speak a word of Swedish, but I'm in love with Jag saknar dig mindre och mindre. Everyone in Sweden knows Melissa Hone, and she's absolutely incredible. Her lyrics are beautiful. Her singing voice, even more so. And that is a wonderful, wonderful song. I'm happy you like it, Simon. It's a beautiful song. She also... Sorry, I'm gonna listen to Glamer Husen very, very soon. Yeah, the entire album Innan jag kände dig, that song is from. It's very beautiful. Anyway, we're gonna listen to Glamer Husen. Here we go. 4 minutes and 25 seconds of black metal. Does a cappella count as a genre? I guess. Yeah, we haven't had that. I'm not feeling the production yet. I want the drums to be more poignant in here. Certainly intense. It's non-stop in both drums and guitar. It's just pure shredding. Wait, the chord, the melody on the guitar shredding here, it's reminiscent. I recognize it from something, I think. Listen to the drums. Who's playing that? It's incredible. The production needs to be enhanced though for that kind of drumming to really click, I think. Because the drumming in here is insane. They need that to be boosted in the production. This is an effective little breakdown. Yeah, cough up. Oh, the point of black metal is that the production sounds low out. Sorry. Okay. It's just very difficult to kind of distinguish the certain instrumental inputs, which puts it all in a cluster for me, and that makes it more difficult for me to appreciate certain aspects of it. Vocal becomes very overpowering here. Melodically, it has something, you know. Maybe it's just that I'm not a fan of the genre's approach then. Because I think that I need to be able to really identify the certain different instrumental inputs to really appreciate them. Looping it, or fading it out? Yeah, it's a fade out outro. Because here it's kind of like just looping that section over and over. It's very just establishing that kind of melody to it. It's very difficult for me to really make up any kind of opinion on it. Unfortunately, because I want to be as open-minded as possible, but when the production is intended to not really be distinct and clear, then I struggle with really finding things to appreciate myself with it. Because I think melodically there is something within it. I think those riffs certainly like have a very clear and rather memorable intonation in them. But it's just that you can't really distinguish the different instruments from each other and what they add to the track, and that holds it back from making it enjoyable for me. I mean, I really love a lot of rock music and metal music, in all honesty, but I need to be able to like just kind of identify separate sections of the track and really break those down in terms of both clarity and distinction, I guess. And here everything becomes one kind of cluster, which I guess is intentional then, but it also makes it less applicable for me because I don't feel that power of the track. It doesn't come through my headphones when it's not produced with the purpose of actually going through with purpose and with intensity. And also maybe the song was in Swedish, but I did not hear a single word, which isn't really an issue. I never care about lyrics, but it's, that's another part of it just kind of becoming one thing. It's obviously superbly skillfully played. I think listening to it live would be pretty cool, honestly. Like there would be a kind of a mosh pit in the middle of the audience or something, and they would just be going nuts, especially the drummer. Like the drumming in that track it's basically like just a challenge for the drummer to just go as crazy as you want to, and he just ups it to 11. Agree, there's certainly black metal with more distinction and progression. Interesting. I've never really given black metal, I'm poor with the distinction between certain metal genres. But I can hear a song and I know if I like it or if I don't like it, I guess. Even if it's in your native language, you won't understand much. It is what it is, right? We're moving on to the next song, submitted by Aspirin. Okay, that's a unique name to submit the song with. It's called To the Hellfire. Maybe we got more. That's another metal sounding song title, that's for sure. The song is by Lorna Shore. And let's see what it says about Lorna Shore here. The New Jersey Quintet has returned and upped their sonic ante with their new album Pain Remains. This was the hardest record that we've ever had to write. It doesn't really say. Well, let me just Google them a little bit. Lorna Shore. Let's see what they're about. Metal band, it says here. American deathcore band. Okay. We're in that kind of mood of the stream right now, I guess. Deathcore. All right. Let's see what it's all about. Acoustic guitar opening. I am a fan. Very melodramatic in that interval as well. This is cinematic. Wow. This is a tangible drama in here. Is that vocals? I think that's actually lyrical vocals. Drumming again. It's rapid. How can you play that fast on the drums? It's like, you know, it's the double kick drum, but it's so fast. A rhythmic distinction as well in the chords here. Again, with the guitars, it's just like completely chopping between the chords, a very rapid manner. A rhythmic switch up completely here. I really like that kind of aspect in the backing track where it feels very cinematic. It's like this guitar line that's just very distinct in it. Because the rest of it becomes a cluster to me. But that's my ears being my ears, you know. It's non-stop. Kind of switching up for a half step kind of with the snare there. Haven't really been able to identify much of a melody in terms of the vocals. It's a lot of screaming or growling or what you want to call it. Oh! That's actually really distinct. You hear the impact on that drum, very distinct in the production. This becomes more memorable, this section, because it's actually rhythmically split up. So it has like a lot of character for the actual melody as well. Overall, the arrangement is very chaotic, obviously, but that's part of the style. I really like this kind of melody in the backing instrumental. Back to probably my favorite part of the song, when this acoustic guitar is actually being allowed to shine in here. The ambiance that they established with this is really nice. This is so much more up my alley. Yeah, this part, I'm living for this. The drumming is so incredible, and the guitar solo actually takes over for the melody. Very well played, incredibly played. Variation in the melody of the solo as well. Huge impact hits. Yeah, I agree with you, Team G. I like parts of it as well. This is not even half step anymore, this is like quarter step. What are you trying to do? I can't believe, like, yeah, we're certainly broadening our horizons today. I mean, it's not my genre, again. They're cutting a pig now. Yeah, that ending is certainly something. But, like, at times, like, I gotta say, that guitar solo part to the end was really unique and really fun. Like, I'm sure, like, we just listened to 6 minutes of deathcore, but this part, starting from here, this section really works for me. Cueing the drums, the rapidness of the drums here, guitar solo being the standard part. That part of the song, truly enjoyed that actually. It was just the other 5 minutes that wasn't really my thing. I can take out like sections of that song and put something like that I can enjoy, but as an overall experience, it was a bit much for me. Sorry. I'm not open enough to deathcore, I guess, or black metal that we just listened to. That was the song submitted by Aspirin. Next up is Famicom Guy with his second submission tonight, which is called Fallen Leaves by Miracle of Sound. Let's see, Fallen Leaves, Miracle of Sound, featuring Vatividia, maybe? Of course, Fallen Leaves by Billy Talent comes up then. I'm Gav, an independent producer / songwriter and singer from Ireland. Okay, let's see. Miracle of Sound. I recognize this name, actually. Indie music. Inspired by video games, movies, and TV shows. Okay. Interesting. Okay, let's take a listen to it. Welcome, Isudo. Nice to see you. Hope all is well. We got let me just actually take a look. 6 songs left. 6 more, and then we call it a night. It's been a long one. It's a very dark chord coming in there early on. This kind of reminds me a little bit of Romania 2016. Am I just alone in that? Cinematic, of course.
To emerge and to breathe anew, for a purpose so far from my own, and this world I've awoken to.
Not quite a vocal style that I particularly enjoy so far.
And the branches of gold on the skyline reach out to the sweep of the stars.
I mean, it sounds quite natural, really, though.
And endings of lifetimes, a guidance of light from afar. Down, down come the leaves. Do you believe?
Very distinct rhythm here as well. Smooth flow leading into this next section here. It's tied in well, kind of energy-wise. There's like a very unique chord interval in here as well. Like between splitting up the sections, you never really know what mood is gonna come up next. It's obviously very cinematic in that regard because it shifts the mood a lot. And this rhythmic distinction in the chorus obviously makes it pretty memorable. Yeah, I think of it too, Andy. The thing is, I'm probably not really the fan of the vocal style. I think that's really my main thing. I don't know. It feels very natural, but it also sounds kind of unpolished in a way. It's like he's not really the most, like, what do you say? He's more suited for the composition side of things. It's obviously quite a grand soundscape within the track here. Building up a world. Keep expanding it. Soft and mellow leading in here. Nice little breakdown. I have a little piano layering as well with this vocal.
Smashed into splinters, shards they will fall.
We've got a spoken word section.
Timber, blanketing all, branches forlorn, shed golden leaves, order and form, the patterns they weave, taste of the tears, stitches and scars, spinning the spheres will sever the stars, touch
There's up the layering as well.
entropy,
Nice little harmonies, creating a wider soundscape here.
suffer their cost, ghosts in the deep, watch over shades, awakened from sleep to falter and fade,
It's
rotted
the tempo automation.
and sleeping.
Is it?
A beautiful blue paints the rays of the moon.
Maybe not? No, maybe not. Nice drum fills. Chorus back. It's altogether, like, even in the more dramatic sections of the song, it is rather soft in its actual impact, which confuses me just a little bit. Like, the guitars could be more distorted, the drumming could be louder, I think. Very dreamy little outro here. On kind of like a harp, right? And the piano chord being held out along with this vocal choir of sorts. Yeah, I think I kind of agree with you, Alipan. It has the very anthemic approach, but rather restrained. Yeah, and strung out. Yeah, it's a very long listening experience. It's obviously very cinematic, as it's a very long like listening experience. It becomes, I mean, obviously as it said in the description, where was it? Inspired by video games, music, and TV shows, and it's certainly kind of like this score type of music, which absolutely works to an extent, but not quite there for me personally. But yeah, thank you for submitting that one, Famicom Guy. Always nice to experience something that you that's new to me at least. The next song is also by Famicom Guy. It's called Long Long Journey. Oh, it's only 3 minutes. Okay, I thought when a song is called Long Long Journey, I was like, this is gonna be 10 minutes long, isn't it? By Bill Wirtz. Let's see what this one is. Bill Wirtz is... it doesn't say anything about this guy. Let's actually Google him then. Bill Wirtz. Wirtz is known for producing music videos, animations, and short films of various length. Okay. Alright. Let's see.
I remember the moment my
Oh, this is uplifting. Yeah, very funky. Playful and distinct sound design.
postcard been threw it away. I slipped into some trousers and rolled out my window.
Relatable. This is very warm.
Out into the wilderness where I'm going to stay.
Very uplifting so far. Neat little vocal layering here as well. The chords as well. I think the sound design is very unique in here. You never really... Everything sounds very soft. Still quite a lot of punch in the bass walk here. But it doesn't have like... There's absolutely zero grit in the track, which it shouldn't have as well. Everything is so warm. Very cozy track. And playful detailing throughout. Half step beat, switch up here. Feels very natural though. It's just very harmless and cute, really. Yeah, it sounds like a jazz musician, absolutely. In terms of the chord arrangement, really. It's snappy, yeah, it is. It's like very tight as well. Playful continuation. It's like when you listen to it with headphones, his voice is like inside of your ears. It's so far in. Got this arpeggio going completely crazy behind him as well. I'm not sure how he just arranged the whole instrumentation of the track. Throw in as many wacky ideas as you can. Maybe.
Even though I can't remember anything from before the show, I made some long phone calls to my friends at home, and I told them where I've been and the places I'm going, and they said, wow, that's incredible, but we already know because of that long, long song you wrote about how it's a long, long journey that we've been on, and it's a long story that shall be told, and it's a long day. We've come a long way, but there's still a long way to go. It's a long way. It's a long, strong way.
Really best enjoy with the visuals. Oh yeah, did that as well. the outro just straight on the beat. That's a fun listening experience, truly. Like a lot of fun in that track. It's very sweet, straight to the point, incredibly distinct and contrasting in terms of its actual arrangement. Like the sound design is very like sudden sounds. Not a lot of just kind of tension or release on it. Sounds like an acid trip in a cool way. No, it's like just straight to the point. Every single sound input in the track. Fun. Okay, 4 songs left to go. Thank you again, Famicom, for sending in that one as well. That's 3 songs from Famicom. We got 1 song from Simon. His second from tonight, right? Oh yeah, the first one that Simon submitted was the post-punk, or no, not post, proto-punk banger. And next up is a song by Sam Cooke. And he wanted me to listen to a live version. Let's see. Sam Cooke, Bring It On Home to Me, but please listen to the live at Harlem Square Club version. It's on Spotify. So let's do that. Bring It On Home to Me. Harlem Square Club, Miami, Florida, January 1963. Didn't even need to look up the date or anything on Sam Cooke here. So yeah, if you're not familiar with Sam Cooke, well, it's because he's not really that active anymore. But he used to be very, very, what do you say, famous. And if you, I mean, I'm sure you've heard What a Wonderful World, right? Right. Anyway, this is live at Harlem Square Club version of Bring It On Home to Me by Sam Cooke. Let's listen.
Lord have mercy. I said I begin to feel all right now. I feel I can tell you about my baby right now. I said I feel you in a mood for me to tell you about my baby right now. Sometimes me and my baby, we fuss and fight. And my
Certainly an
baby
introduction to the song.
things ain't right.
The rhythm being very tightly performed here early on.
Oh, but I get the feeling so all alone. And I call my baby on the telephone. I finally get somebody on the telephone. And I said, who is this? Somebody said, this is the operator.
It's complete
I said,
storytelling.
I don't want you, operator. I want my baby.
I don't want you, operator. Grand opening to the track.
Operator. I want my baby. And finally the operator get my baby on the telephone.
Amen.
And children, the minute I hear my baby say hello,
This is complete spoken word, kind
something
of.
start to move.
But obviously it's sung, but it's just telling us a story here.
This is for you, honey. I want to tell you that, darling, you.
There's a lot of passion in this.
You sent me. That's what I'm gonna tell you, baby. Oh, you. Oh, you sent me. Oh, you. Oh, you sent me. Lord have mercy. No.
Yeah, sing, yeah. He knows how good he is. Listen to drumming as well here. So much suspense being put in it.
I want you to listen to this song right here from me. Got to tell you how I feel right now.
Nicely coming in there.
Tell you how I feel. I know you've been gone away from me a long time, but listen, baby, if you ever say
Kind of has that like doo-wop rhythm to it. Wonderful groove to it.
leaving me behind, oh, bring it to me. Bring your sweet love. Bring it on home to me. Yeah, yeah. I gotta tell you this, baby. Don't you know that I'm mad? Ha ha ha. When you left. Oh, but I know that I only hurt myself. Oh, why don't you bring it to me right now?
Love those little bass walks up and down. Throwing in the horns as well. So much passion in it.
Listen to me. Don't you know that I'll always be your slave till I'm buried in my grave. But while I'm living, bring it to me. Bring that good loving, baby. Bring it on home to me. One more thing I gotta tell you. Listen to me right now. You know that I tried to treat you right. What did you do? Oh, you stayed out. You just stayed out late at night. I don't care who you was with. Bring it to me. Bring all that good loving, baby. Bring it on. Everybody's with me. Everybody's with me tonight. Look, listen. Let me hear you say yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Say
I want to see this now as well.
yeah.
I should have shown the video.
Bring it to me. Bring that good love. That sounds pretty good to me. I want you to do that for me one more time. You gotta do that for me one more time, huh? Let me hear you say yeah. 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 Say yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, bring it to me. I better leave that alone. And bring it on home to me. Yeah. Bring it to me. Bring it on home. Bring it on home. To me. Bring it on home to me, baby.
That's a performer. A shame I didn't see it. I've never seen this performance, but I own you, Groot. Okay, whatever. No, but I've never heard this performance of the song. I've heard this song like only once or twice back in the day, but it's like a pretty short song if I remember correctly. But here they just extended it. They put the whole performance. But I'm gonna look up the video to it later on as well, because I feel like there's so much passion and drive within that vocal mainly. He's a proper performer, you know. Wonderful to listen to. Thank you for sharing that one, Simon. Lovely. We got 3 songs left of the night, and all of them are from Subspace. Sent in 3 separate ones here. Oh, the first one is a YouTube link, so I'll just I'll paste this one in on YouTube, and I'll just see what the song title is, and I'll look it up on Spotify. Oh, Sigurus. Okay. Hoppi Polla. Yep. I know this song. I haven't listened to it in an eternity though, but this is great. Does anyone know Sigurus? They're an Icelandic band, and the lead singer of Sigurus is of course Jonsi, who's made some of the most amazing songs that I know. Like Kolnidur. If you've ever heard Kolnidur, you're just like, oh, wow. Anyway, this is Hoppi Polla. I'm not sure how to pronounce it, but anyway, it's by Sigurus. It's the 3rd final song of the evening. Let's enjoy it. Yeah, I'm sorry, Subspace. I will never mix them up again. But you can't just name yourself the same as an actual artist. That's just... You don't do that. Very lively atmosphere to start off the song, isn't it? Sets the tone instantly. Building softly. Again, it's this melody going full circle in the back. This kind of bell-like. Repeats over and over. And the vocal. You know it's Yonsei when he's singing. Very specific tone. So scale back. Tempo automation as well. You hear it. And as well, you got the vocal arrangement here completely panned out. It's playing around a lot with the vocal style of this track. And kind of utilizing this as a backing vocal in response to the main one. It's just a lot of bliss within this track. Strings elevating it up here. The horns as well. It's just how everything gets elevated. It just keeps going higher and higher. And of course the outro with the completely chopped up sounds, just establishing atmosphere. Typically Sigurus, really. What did you make of that? If you've never heard that song before, I want to know what you made of it. It's very dreamy in a way. I feel like there's so much just bliss in that track. It's so bright and it just keeps getting brighter and brighter, and it elevates so effectively, I think. And the vocals are so just striking in that song, I think. But yeah, there are lots of great songs by Sigurus if you're ever interested in checking them out. And Yonsei as a solo artist, that's an even stronger recommendation from my end, probably. Like his I think it was in 2010, his 2010 album. Let me actually just double check that before we move on to the next song. Yeah, the album Go by Yonsei from 2010. That is like one of my favorite albums of all time, truly. Okay, next song is another one, of course, by Subspace, and thank you, Subspace, for writing in the chat which one it was that you were gonna go for next. It's another one that I'm kind of familiar with. I'm not sure how familiar I am with this particular song, but of course, of Sufjan Stevens is an artist I'm very familiar with. And this song is called All Delighted People, and this is the original version. Subspace, the song is 11 minutes long. 11 minutes. Is it really, like... it's actually 11 minutes long. I think that's kind of going a bit over the top with the length limit. I mean, I haven't really set any length limits on the songs, but 11 minutes is very, very long. You know what we're gonna do? We're gonna start with the other song you sent, okay? And then I guess we'll finish it off with the 11 minutes of Sufjan. I mean, I love Sufjan as much as anyone else, but 11 minutes is very long to just sit and listen to a song. So we'll start with the third and last song. I get it now. Okay, we'll start with the other song that you sent, which is the one by Flowerface, which, I mean, Flowerface is an artist I love. Truly. If you don't know Flowerface, you should. The song that Subspace decided to submit is called Spiracle. Now, Spiracle is one of the songs that I've saved. However, my favorite song by Flowerface is Bad Astrology, followed by Pisces Moon, and then either Cornflower Blue or Spiracle. I'll just let you all enjoy this song. I think it's really, really great. So just take it in. It's 2 minutes 59, which is a much more suitable time for a song, like a runtime. Enjoy. Just have this filtered out opening. This is also the opener to the whole album, by the way. Descending chords, along with this vocal presentation, storytelling at its finest. I love that scream. So the thing with that song is that I think that it's I love it. I can listen to it at any time. I just love it. Sounds so morbid and depressing, and you know that kind of works for me. Sorry for everyone who's kind of heading towards bed now, and you're just gonna leave with this kind of depressing mood with it. But it's a very tangible song emotionally, I find, and it really sets the tone for like the full album. Like this is honestly an album that I would recommend to people. It's called The Shark in Your Water by Flowerface from 2022. And it ends with the song Bad Astrology, which is like one of the best closers that I know. and it starts with this super moody and really sets the tone nicely for the rest of the album. I think it's very tangible and a palpable tune at that. I didn't comment over it because I don't think I really have anything to say about it. It's all about the ambience of that track. So I think that I mean, I could point out small details here and there, but I just think just enjoy the whole atmosphere of the song, because I think that's the way to enjoy it the most, really. And I can't really create a genuine reaction to the song because I've heard it a million times. So, you know, we will listen to the final song again, but for future reference, why is it the same person just spamming and writing mean things all night? Because it's so unnecessary, and I mean, you're just gonna get banned. Thank you, Jaren. Thank you, Elendil, for helping me out and banning this person. It's just really unfortunate, and I understand why someone would be really upset that it requires €1 to get the song played on stream. But it is because otherwise there would be like 3,000 suggestions, and we would never stop listening to songs. They're trolling, best to ignore it. Yeah, I know, but some people have a very difficult time ignoring things like that. Some people are quite sensitive, and unfortunately I would be one of those. I hope most of you are enjoying the whole thing, though, because it's what a weird way to spend your Wednesday evening. Yeah. I'm having fun, though. I've found so many great songs, honestly. And I've really enjoyed just listening to so many different genres as well. Like, even though I didn't enjoy black metal or deathcore particularly, the deathcore one was had moments, but the black metal one wasn't really for me. And there have been songs that I haven't really particularly ever, like, I'm gonna seek out. But all in all, like, just exploring all of these kinds of songs that all of you listen to, it's really fun for me. Let's make sure that I get the title correctly now on the final song that you wanted me to listen to. It's called All Delighted People, original version by Sufjan Stevens. So yeah, let's listen to it. It's 11.5 minutes long.
Tomorrow you'll see it through. The clouded out disguises put you in the room. And though I wandered out alone, 1,000 lights abounded on our home. And I remember every sound it made.
It's a really wonderful opening, really.
The clouded out disguises and the grave. So yeah, I know I'm still afraid of letting go of choices.
He has such a personal delivery with his vocal. It's so vulnerable.
All delighted people raise their hands, and I took you by the sleeve. No other reason than to be your leading man.
Sound designing in here, playful. It's so scaled back. Very varied in terms of instrumental inputs here.
Visions through the numbers, and all we had
You keep telling yourself that, Zach.
always wanted to be for.
You've been an absolute nobbin for months.
The hurricane inclined us, rapping on the floor. All delighted people raise their hands. Still the force of nature spurs.
I like this like kind of backing vocal, how they're layered with the strings there.
Years of strength and style invaded by the burning basement. All delighted people raise their hands. I'm not easily confused. Trouble
Listen to the drumming as well. It's so free. It knows no rules. Just goes on feeling. The dynamic shift. So intimate.
And what difference does it make? It doesn't
Like in Lux, a villain would entail that the person is actually worthy to take note of, and that's not the case here. So let's just not call him that. Pure chaos in the impact. The drum fills as well, you know, very out there.
I've come to strangle you in spite of what you'd like. And don't be a rascal, don't be a laughing dog in spite of us. All I'm deciphering from the spirits and the light within all the light. Who raise their hands in restless dreams? I walked alone, I walked alone. The clouded out, the sky says around me, and a dream of lightness, all delighted people raise their hands, and the people bowed in praise.
It's again one of these very cinematic experiences because it's so just kind of constructed in a way that you'd never really know where it's gonna move to the next section. And that's very intriguing. It shifts mood a lot and you never really know how many beats you're gonna wait, how the drum pattern will go along for the next line, and it just flows in a very independent way.
Breast I gently lay,
The chords as well, truly.
your arms surround me in the lake. I'm joined with you for
It's kind of like the intermission section of the track. This is very much a piece more than a song, Alipan, because it explores so many different various moods. It's more kind of like a complete journey of emotion and mood, really, because it's so free flowing, I would say.
and the people bowed and prayed.
It's a very crisp electric guitar coming in there. I like how we have people joining the stream now. We're on the last song. I'm sorry to everyone joining now. We've been streaming for over 3 hours.
And what difference does it make?
That's a beautiful vocal delivery on the words, really.
Oh, I love you from the top of my heart.
I love how he phrases that. I still love you a lot.
And on your
It's really pretty.
breast I gently lay.
It feels so authentic and personal.
Hold my head in your arms. Do you love me from the top of your
tried my best, I tried in vain.
You hear the strings as well. A lot of vibrato.
Love me from the top of your heart.
I really like that line, how he goes falsetto at the end of it as well.
And the people bowed and prayed. Oh, I love you a lot. Oh, I love you from the top of my heart. And you can see through my mistakes. Oh, I'll tell it to you now. Oh, I'll tell it from the top of my heart. And what difference does it make if the world is a mess? If the world is a mess. And on your breast I gently lay. Oh, I'll tell it to you.
It's a neat continuation here, honestly. It's obviously just very... what do you say? Like it keeps going, and it's utilizing repeated sections to just expand the world, really, that it's building. I just also noticed that the final song on this album is 17 minutes long, so...
Tried to save the things I made.
Who's the singing with him, though?
It's a mess. Oh, but the world is a mess.
She's not credited.
And what difference does it make if the world is a mess? If the world is a mess. I tried my best, I tried in vain. Oh, but the world is a mess. Oh, but the world is a mess.
I like this kind of choir approach of this vocal responding here, going along with the strings as well. Certainly establishing something here. Quite a haunting way to end your song, but that was indeed the end of that song. I thank you for sharing it. Sorry, I've already subspace. I knew it was sub something. Subspace. Thank you for sharing it, and thank you for sharing all of them. I will be honest, it was very long, and I think I would have probably have appreciated it more had it not been that we're 3 hours and 25 minutes into the stream. But I still thank you for sharing it. I do love me some Sufjan. It's certainly like one of these songs that you kind of need to be in the mood for, like listening to the whole experience of it, because it kind of tries to build a world on its own and just kind of expands throughout its runtime. And I'm guessing the rest of the album is kind of going to continue on that approach. I'm not going to listen to the album now, at least, I can tell you that much. And especially not with the last song being 17 minutes long. That's kind of crazy. But it's very much more a, like Alipin said, like it feels, or well, when does it go from song to piece? And this very much feels like a piece because it tries to establish a world, and it really tries to paint an entire story within that world, and really do so in a very extended manner. So yeah, that's kind of the thing. It's still a very enjoyable track, unlike for many various reasons. Like if you would really sit down and really take in the whole story that's being painted in front of you with the music, it's very immersive. But I think you just need to be in a very special kind of mood to really embrace the song and the album, I guess. But yeah, thank you for sharing it. It's always really wonderful to see that. What do you say? To like just get these songs. Like I would never listen to this song if it wasn't for this stream, because I just be like, oh, Sufjan has made a song. Let's take a look at the album. There's one song that's 11 minutes long. Let's listen to one of the 3-minute songs instead, so I can just make up my mind from that one. I very rarely listen to entire albums, I'll be honest. I'll have to like if I like 3 singles of an album, then maybe I'll check out the whole thing. But other than that, not really often. I didn't realize the queue was that long. I kind of just joined in halfway and sent in my stuff. That's completely fine. Let's put a time limit on the songs next time though. So like we had a few 6 minutes ones. Like I would say 6 minutes should be maximum, really. Like you can, if you want to send a 7-minute song, like I think 6 minutes should be fine. I think most songs should be fine under that limit. And if you want to share something that's longer, you can share it on the Discord server. This has been a fascinating and fun summer evening. I agree with you, Alipan. I've had tons of fun. I thank you everyone for joining me for this. Finished work in time for crew. Well done, Rodmorg. I've been streaming for 3.5 hours now, so now it's bedtime. I'm still gonna work tomorrow. You know, I'm not on summer vacation. It's only the students, but it's pretty relaxing at work when there are no students. Even though I'll miss them so much. Jeez, like the 9th grade. As I said in the beginning of the stream, the 9th graders that leave, and especially the guy who came up with the little gift. It's gonna be so strange not seeing them in autumn, truly. Also, Andy, you're crazy for predicting Romania in the round of 16. We're finishing last in the group, but you have your group is pretty weak. Sorry for doing the Euro talk now, but Andy asked or said something about that's related to the Euro. And I actually, after I did my prediction, I checked out the qualifying. You topped your qualifying group. Romania were like they were, what do you say, like super dominant in that group. They got like 22 points, and second place had like 17. I would be like, wow, I didn't know Romania were that good. And then you sit here and say that you're not. Well, I'm on the Romania hype train. I mean, you should beat Slovakia. Come on, probably. Let's. I'll root for you so my prediction goes correct. I also threw maybe one day into the playlist as everyone seemed to like that. Oh, thank you. Yeah, that was the song I of course opened with. That's that's wonderful. Thanks for streaming, Groot. My pleasure. Hope you've enjoyed it. I just hate when you like 3 songs from an album, and when you listen to the whole thing, the 3 songs you liked were the only good ones. Yeah, I can relate. That actually happened to me not too long ago. I'm not sure how many people have listened to Ariana Grande's latest album. It's pretty cool. It's a pretty cool album. It's produced by Max Martin, but there were literally 3 songs that I liked on it. So yeah, that happens sometimes. I hope we can make this a regular thing. I mean, I gotta admit, it did take a lot of energy and a lot of effort to just sit here and talk. And of course, the negativity from... I hope that it was only Mr. Wallace who said all of the nasty things tonight, but maybe more people are actually upset that I have put €1 for me to review a song. And of course, like every time you get negativity, it kind of hurts a little bit, but we just gotta move on from it, I guess. But yeah, it's been so much fun, really, and I've found so many great songs, and I've listened to so many songs I've never would have listened to otherwise. So it's tons of fun. I'll try and make it a regular thing, Alipan, but there won't be another one before my road trip. I can confirm that. When I'm back, maybe we'll do more. Shout out to whoever made Groot review a black metal track. That was Rasmus, yeah, who went to bed like 5 minutes before we listened to it. Yeah, he did, Rod Morgan. He said a lot of nasty things. So it is what it is. Yeah, with like 5 different accounts, if that's even enough. He's been having a wonderful Wednesday evening, just sitting and trying to be mean in a stream, as you do. Time to go eat dinner now that we're done with the songs. Have a good dinner, Bruno. I'm gonna get to bed though. We've got our lowest rated squad. Our group was the most accessible in the qualifiers. Still, you gotta be optimistic, Andy. Come on, you're in the tournament. Sweden aren't. They're never gonna be in another tournament, it seems, at the moment. We're terrible. Would love to submit more old Sea Brigade songs next time. I will probably just actually check out more of his songs on my own, honestly, because that song... Was it my favorite tonight? I'm not sure. Yeah, it has to be, right? Like, you all sent some pretty great stuff, but the old Sea Brigade song was probably the one that I enjoyed the most. It was so up my alley. I was floored by it. Honestly, also the Icelandic one, Völundarhúsið, that was really nice. Yeah, thank you so much for joining me. We've had like 30 plus viewers throughout the whole thing, which is just incredible. So thank you so much for actually showing an interest in this. And thank you for submitting so many songs, even though you did have to pay for it. You know, it's €1, but you did pay for it. And I hope your money was worth it, I guess. Also, Simon has already posted the playlist with all of the songs on Discord, so you can take a look at it on the non-ESC chit chat channel on Discord. It's pinned there as well. It's a Spotify playlist with every song we listened to tonight, if you want to go back to them. Thank you so much for doing that, Simon. And yeah, thank you all for joining me. It was wonderful. How would you rank today's songs? Like, I'm like, since someone brought up the suggestion, I think it would be really cool if we could do voting sessions after these listening sessions. But that would also kind of include me trying to put together a recap. And that's kind of strange. I don't know. It's kind of... But it could be cool. Like, to just kind of see which ones people's favorites were. Or maybe we can do a poll. How many options can you have on Discord? Maybe you can't have all of the songs we listened to tonight, because we listened to a lot of them. But if we had a poll, you can like vote for your favorite songs from tonight. That could be something. If someone can put together that in the community polls. Let me just see. There's a comment here that I can't see all of it. Sorry. The album that my song is in has a song with Una Torfa who's in your Broody Pigs. Oh, the Icelandic one? Wow, I did not know. Yeah, Una Torfa is of course a suggestion of mine, because I recently found her music and I found it beautiful. Also Icelandic. Had a lot of Icelandic music tonight, haven't we? You own this place. It's kind of strange how an owner can get banned 5 million times in one night and not have anything better to do with his life. It's very sad. I feel sorry for you. Hope you're enjoying yourself though. Thank you so much for joining me tonight. It's been wonderful to everyone. And do a bracket poll, quarter, semis, and decide the best one. Could do that. Yep. I'll leave that in the hands of someone else though. I'll keep an eye on it though. Thank you so much for joining me. It's been wonderful. And yeah, see you around. There will be another Spiracle quiz video coming up tomorrow morning, of course. There always will be. I'm going to try and record as many as possible before I leave on my road trip, so there will be content on the channel while I'm gone. So yeah. Thank you for joining me again. I said it 5 million times now. And yeah, see you around. Thank you so much for tonight.
Ég ákvað að segja ekki neitt. Snerti bara á þér hárið, hugsaði hátt en ég þagði. Því þú veist alveg hvað mér þykir að vænt þig. Brjóstkassinn hnígur og rís. Fingurnir fléttast saman og þumlarnir snúast í hringi. sést alveg hvað mér þykir vænt þig. Það ekki? Augnaráðin voru galtóm, fingur hafa engan sem ljóm, snertu mér og samt og segð ekki neitt. Því það ekki gott að segja, skiljum ekkert svo við skulum þegja. Snertu mér og samt og segðu mér eitt. Þú veist alveg hvað mér þykir vænt þig. Það ekki? En þú ákvaðst að segja ekki neitt. Tókst af mér báðar hendur, gekkst hægt í burtu og þagðir. En ég veit alveg að þér þykir vænt mig. Það ekki? Augnaráðin voru galtóm, fingur hafa engan sem ljóm, snertu mér og samt og segð ekki neitt. Því það ekki gott að segja, skiljum ekkert svo við skulum þegja. Snertu mér og samt og segðu mér eitt. Þú veist alveg hvað mér þykir vænt þig. Það ekki?